I woke up in a world where only the strong matter. I thought I'd soar to the top with my family name, ready to live my best life. But after my brother was born, all my dreams crumbled. Just because he was born wrapped in golden light, and a strange phenomenon appeared in the sky. Everyone bowed to him in awe. That worship shot him up 5 cultivation levels instantly. But my own talent for training was pathetic. Everyone saw me as trash. Every resource and the future family leader spot all went to my little brother. Even my arranged marriage got called off. This kind of humiliation made me say that classic line out loud. 30 years east of the river, 30 years west of the river. Don't look down on a poor young man. After all, time travel and rejected engagement are classic protagonist tropes. But just when I thought I was getting a cheat code, nothing happened at all. With no choice, I just gave up. When I turned 18, my dad sent me off to a remote outpost. He even forbade me from using the family name. Only my loyal maid, Wanyue, agreed to come with me. Then out of nowhere, a mechanical voice popped into my head. Congrats, host, you've become a loser in everyone's eyes. Daily intel system activated. This system gives out 2 random updates a day. Today's tip, Chu Feng from Jiuhua Sword Sect. In 3 days, we'll find an ancient beast in the Hingduan Mountains. Tap for the exact location. Today's second tip, Wanbao Merchants Guild has a random box numbered 62 for sale today, and inside is a beast encyclopedia. Burn it to get the sky-devouring demonic art. I jumped up right away when I heard that. An ancient beast, as you'd guess, means a creature that survived from ancient times. It's insanely strong. As for the sky-devouring demonic art, it's a technique that lets you absorb other people's essence to power up yourself. There's no special requirement to learn this. Anybody can practice it. And if you devour a rare physique, your power will rise a lot. But robbing others like this is seen as evil and forbidden in the cultivation world. But to me right now, that's my only shot at getting stronger. I made up my mind instantly. I had to get my hands on the sky-devouring demonic art. I'll head for the Hingduan Mountains after that. With 3 days left, no one will grab the ancient beast before then. So I rushed over to Wanbao Merchants Guild as fast as I could, and told the shopkeeper straight up, I want box number 62. The old shopkeeper smiled and got the box down. You're just in time. Someone else wanted box 62 just a minute ago, but he couldn't pay and went out to get money. And you came in right after he left. That made me nervous for a second. This box holds the demonic art. If someone else buys it, I'll miss out on this chance. Good thing I got here in time. I paid the shopkeeper right away, put the box in my storage ring, and found a hidden spot. I took out the blind box, and heard a soft click. The box opened. Inside was a strange beast encyclopedia, sitting quietly in the box. I burned it just like the system said. Something wild happened next. In the ashes, I fished out a bone, about palm-sized. I was kinda confused. Is this a skull or something? No sooner did I say that, mysterious runes appeared on the bone. They glowed like stars, and shot into my forehead. Next thing I knew, the demonic arts full training method was imprinted in my head. I couldn't wait to start practicing. As I started working the technique, the energy around me for 100 meters kept pouring into my body non-stop. It instantly broke open the door to training for me. The next morning, I opened my eyes, and found I'd actually reached the 5th level of the body stage. I was totally stunned. Here's how cultivation grades go here. Body stage, God storage, spirit C, divine powers. Besides those, there are many more stages. And each one has 5 levels. Even geniuses need 3 to 5 years to fully master the body stage. But after learning the sky-devouring demonic art, it only took me 1 night. At this moment, all I can say is, I'm awesome. Just as I tried to calm myself down, the system spoke again. Today's Intel 1. The thief Mo Yan, who has the yang body, is up to something shady. Tap for details. Intel 2. In the Hingduan Mountains, a mountain treasure appeared, drawing lots of cultivators there. But no one will find it within 3 days. Treasure location can be shown. A light bulb went off in my head. The yang body is a special type. If I use the demonic art to absorb it, I might break through to the next stage. Looks like getting the ancient beast will have to wait. Gotta take the yang body first. Following the system's directions, I arrived. I saw a woman in white with a sword in her hand, chasing after a skinny, creepy guy. That pervert messed with my junior sister, and thinks he can just run away? No way, it's that easy. She was actually Su Qing Yuan from Bright Moon Palace. She was out having fun with her junior. But they got targeted by Mo Yan, the thief. Her junior sister had already been assaulted. Even though Mo Yan was getting chased, he didn't look worried at all. He just kept saying dirty things. And mocking the woman behind him. Su Qingyuan got so mad her face went bright red. And aimed her sword right at him. Just as she stepped forward. Her whole body went limp and she fell to the ground. Her sword dropped too. Su Qingyuan spoke weakly. What did you do to me? Mo Yen just laughed loudly. It's a potion that frees your mind. And lets out all your primal desires. Let's be wild lovers out here. Mo Yen looked at Su Qingyuan's sweet face. And couldn't hold back anymore. He pounced on her. Su Qingyuan's face changed. She was pinned by Mo Yen. She tried to shove him off. But she just had no strength. That's when I quietly grabbed the sword from the ground. And stabbed Mo Yen hard right where it hurts. Straight in. Mo Yen screamed in pain. Then started twitching and died. He probably never expected he'd die like that. Seeing that, I rushed forward. To drag his body away. But just then, the demonic art activated on its own. And started refining the yang body. Pure energy flooded into me. I was trying to find a hidden spot to absorb it properly. But out of nowhere, the dazed Su Qingyuan suddenly hugged me tight. Help me. I frowned a bit. He's been hit by a love poison. If it isn't cured, he'll die from his veins snapping. I hesitated for a second. But I still chose to save him. An hour later, my cultivation broke straight into the spirit hiding level. It was honestly shocking. All I did was absorb one pure yang body. And I leveled up just like that. My body even got way stronger. Not gonna lie. If this was my past life, I'd basically be Superman now. Then, I looked at Su Qingyuan lying on the ground. I left some snacks behind. Then took off from there. Right after I left, Su Qingyuan slowly opened his eyes. He'd been out of it a minute ago. But he vaguely remembered something. The flower thief didn't succeed. So someone else must have saved him. He quickly got dressed. But suddenly realized he'd broken through in cultivation. He used to be at the spirit hiding level. But now, he had reached the near sea stage. He hadn't even processed the surprise yet. When he noticed the snacks on the ground. Anger flared up inside him. What am I to you, huh? Whoever you are. I won't let this go. Meanwhile, I already arrived at the Hingduan Mountains. Following the system prompt, I found a beast egg at the foot of the mountain. This beast egg was about the size of an adult's fist. The shell was blue-green. When I touched it gently with my finger, I could even feel a faint pulse inside. I inspected this strange beast egg closely. Looked like it was about to hatch. Then, I put some snacks down by the egg, hoping to speed up the hatching. Then I cut my palm open, and let some blood drip onto the egg, so the ancient hatchling inside would recognize my scent. Soon after, I heard a cracking sound. The top shell started falling off. A fuzzy little head poked out. A moment later, the shell broke apart completely. The little beast flapped its wings and stood up. It tilted its head at me. Then shook itself off. Its wings opened wide, even stirring up a tiny breeze. I blurted out in surprise. This looks like a wind thunder hawk chick. Then it hopped over to my shoulder, rubbing its little head warmly against my cheek. I frowned. What should I call you? Iron Egg or Emerald Blossom? Names are hard to pick, huh? The little wind thunder hawk got flustered hearing that. And started waving its wings around. It tried to signal me somehow. I tried to guess what it meant. You mean you'll be super strong when you grow up? Ruling the skies? So you want to be called Sky King? The wind thunder hawk chick nodded right away. I smiled at him softly. Alright, Sky King it is. If you're happy with it. After naming the little hawk, night had already fallen. I decided to rest up before heading out again. Next morning, the system sent the daily news right on time. A heavy downpour hit Yashinian village. A stone covered with mysterious runes was washed out by the rain. Arrange the runes in the right order to get the king mark. The order you need? Tap today's news for instructions. 2. An ancient tomb appeared at Dayu Mountain, and the Earth Dragon Gang is now digging it up. For the tomb map, tap here. I was pretty tempted by both pieces of info. The king mark is a crazy powerful technique. If you master it, its power can literally destroy worlds. If there's a map for the tomb, I might as well check it out. But I should grab the mountain treasure first. When I entered the Hingduan Mountains, there were battle traces everywhere. Corpses of both people and beasts littered the ground. Suddenly, a loud boom rang out. Some cultivator must have wanted the treasure, so they fought fiercely with wild beasts. I knew I wasn't strong enough yet, so I moved along carefully, avoiding other cultivators. After all, sometimes cultivators are way scarier than beasts. I made my way toward the mountain treasure. Just then, 2 middle-aged men walked over. That made me nervous. Both these guys were experts at the spirit sea level. The younger one spoke up. Big bro, this treasure is hidden deep. Still haven't found it yet. You think someone's already stolen it? The older man replied firmly. No way, the treasure's a spiritual item. If it was taken, it would have caused some commotion. Keep searching, we'll find it. Then the two set off again. That was a warning to myself too. So if I do get the treasure, I have to hide it fast. Can't let anyone find out. Once they left, I rushed to the exact spot. With the system's help, I actually found the treasure. It was a piece of lightning-struck wood. If you didn't look closely, it looked just like a dead tree root. I touched it lightly. This was it, the mountain treasure. No wonder no one found it. I started digging right away. As soon as I dug the wood out completely, a beam of light shot up into the sky. A lifelike dragon appeared overhead, instantly drawing every treasure hunter's attention nearby. Everyone rushed over. I quickly put the treasure in my storage ring, then hid in a secret spot. If I ran out of the mountains now, it'd definitely look suspicious. So, if anyone comes over, I'll just pretend I got here late and blend in with the crowd. That's probably enough to fool them. By now, tons of cultivators had gathered here. The guys from earlier were here too. They both slapped their thighs in regret. Then, a sly-looking middle-aged man stepped out. I was really wary of him. That guy was giving off top-level master vibes. A lot of folks instantly recognized him. It was the infamous rogue cultivator, Chu Xian. Chu Xian spoke coldly. Listen up, everyone. Let me ask something first. After the treasure appeared, did anyone see anyone head out of the mountains? People started shaking their heads no. Wu Xian glanced around with a sharp look. So basically, whoever got the treasure is still here among us. Whoever has it, better hand it over now. If you don't and I find out, don't blame me for what happens. 15 minutes later, still no one admitted anything. I just stayed quietly in a corner, watching everything happen. No one's dumb here. Whoever gets the treasure, no one would just hand it over so foolishly. Chu Xian's face turned dark. Alright, everyone, take out your storage rings. I'm going to check each one. After he said that, he shot a look around. Another Shinggong stage cultivator unleashed a powerful aura instantly. They suppressed all the cultivators present. Chu Xian's move instantly made everyone furious. No one expected that the two Shinggong experts had teamed up in secret. I frowned deeply. I definitely can't just sit here and wait for death. I quietly activated my Devour Heaven demon art. Then shouted loudly. Don't trust him, everyone. He's trying to rob us, run. The cultivators scattered and fled. Seeing this, Chu Xian joined forces with his ally to start killing the cultivators. I took advantage of the chaos and desperately ran outside. Luckily, the Devour Heaven demon art could hide my presence. It made me much less noticeable. Amid the chaos and killing, I finally broke out of the Hingduan Mountains. But I didn't dare stop. After running for an hour straight, I finally took a rest under a big tree. I was gasping for air. That was close. I didn't expect there to be Shinggong experts here. At least I got the mountain treasure. But I have no idea where I am now. I pulled out a map to check. I realized I was very close to Xinian village. My eyes lit up. Since that's the case, I might as well go check out the steel. I set out for Xinian village right away. Xinian village is a simple mountain village that relies on farming and hunting to survive. Days of heavy rain triggered a mudslide. It didn't hit the village directly, but it destroyed the farmland. That cut off the villagers' livelihood. A nearby Taoist temple came to help. They also found the steel. When I arrived at Xinian village, I saw a group of Taoists. The younger Taoists were all drawn to the mysterious runes on the steel. Only the old Taoist noticed me. The old Taoist greeted me with a bow. Fellow traveler. Xinian village just suffered a disaster recently. What brings you here, fellow traveler? I looked sad. Taoist, I'm just passing by, and was hoping for a bowl of water. I didn't realize there had been a disaster here. The old Taoist warmly invited me. I see. You can come to my Qingfeng temple. I smiled, and quickly changed the subject to the steel. Thank you for the offer, Taoist, but I have to keep moving. What are you all looking at around the steel? The old Taoist hid nothing from me, and told me directly. We found out when we came to help that this steel saved the whole village. The runes on it are very mysterious, as if there's a huge secret inside. Looks like you're a cultivator too. If you're curious, feel free to try and comprehend it. You might gain something. I didn't expect the old Taoist to be so open. Most people could never be so generous. I felt truly grateful. Thank you, Taoist. I soon went to the steel myself. I saw the surface was covered in dense rune marks. At least 100 of them. One of them was the Renwang seal. Most cultivators could never comprehend that on their own. It's pretty much impossible. But I have my system. and already know how the runes are arranged. Half an hour later, my mind was buzzing, like something exploded in my head. The three mighty characters of Runhuang Seal suddenly appeared in my mind. At the same time, I learned the steel's origin. Thousands of years ago, the Ren King had too many enemies. Afraid his descendants would be targeted after his death, he cut all ties with his future bloodline. From then on, the glorious Runhuang clan gradually declined. Most importantly, only the descendants of the Ren King could unlock the Runhuang seal. I couldn't help but sigh in my heart. So, the people of Xinian village are the Ren King's descendants. Senior Ren King, since I inherited your legacy, I'll never let your people down. So I went straight to the village chief of Xinian village, and asked him to gather everyone. I didn't waste words. I announced directly. Xinian village had suffered a disaster. I was deeply saddened. But life must go on. I hoped everyone could get back up. And told them I had some money and snacks, and would distribute them to every villager. Please line up to receive it. Although, these gifts are nowhere near as precious as the Runhuang seal. This is all I can give. The villagers' once hopeless eyes suddenly lit up with hope. They all knelt to thank me. Some even cried with excitement. The old Taoist thanked me as well. I quickly helped them up. Please, get up. No need for that. After talking with the villagers for a while, I left Xinian village. By the time I returned to Gufeng City, it was already night. I had just taken out the thunderstruck wood, intending to study it. But to my surprise, it took root in the ground right away. The main root kept growing deeper underground. The green shoots on the thunderstruck wood grew rapidly before my eyes, turning into a half-meter-long willow branch. I stared in shock at the miracle before me. Right then, Wanyue saw me come back. She instantly looked delighted. But when her eyes fell on the charred wood, she frowned in confusion. Young master, you're finally back. But why'd you bring back these dead tree roots? I hurried to explain. This is thunderstruck wood, not just some dead roots. It's actually really useful. Then I quickly changed the subject. Is dinner ready yet? Sure enough, Wanyue got distracted. It's ready. Young master, come eat. During dinner, Wanyue rested her chin in her hands, her wide, sparkly eyes fixed on me. Her stare made me a little uncomfortable. I put down my chopsticks. Wanyue, do I have something on my face? Wanyue replied gently. You just seem different after coming back, young master. I quickly played it cool. What's really different? Come on, let's eat. I really can't explain it yet. Like why I can cultivate now. That's something to do with the system. And I won't tell anyone. Wanyue just nodded. She didn't ask again. After all, everyone has secrets. After dinner, I studied the thunderstruck wood some more. But still got nowhere. So I just went back to my room to meditate. But what I didn't know was that willow branch growing from the thunderstruck wood. It actually emitted a soft glow, gradually bathing my small yard. Meanwhile, the thunderbolt eagle I brought back made a small nest next to the wood. Its clever little eyes were filled with curiosity about it. The night passed quickly, and the system's voice echoed in my mind. Today's Intel 1. Wanbao Chamber will restock mystery boxes today. Box 36 contains a beastskin scroll. Expose it to sunlight to learn the Xing secret technique. Today's Intel 2. Yisha, young master of the 9 regions evil sect, is being challenged by others. He'll pass through Gufeng City tomorrow. Click for the location. I was shocked to hear this. The Xing secret is one of the 9 secrets. If mastered to the peak, one will possess the world's greatest speed. And the young master of the evil sect just happens to have the 10 fiend physique. This is basically a free XP pack delivered to my door. I quickly made a decision. Since box 36 arrives this afternoon, I'll head to the tomb on Mount Dayu first. To make a fortune. I'm short on cash anyway. So this is perfect timing. Half an hour later, I arrived at Mount Dayu. I heard movement behind me right as I arrived. So I immediately hid in the nearby woods. I saw 2 shady figures crawling out of a robber's tunnel. One clean-looking guy complained, "Damn it. This tomb is built like a maze. We've been here so long and still haven't found it." The other guy, covered in dirt, agreed, "Yeah. There are so many traps inside. We've already lost quite a few people. I'm not sure if we should keep digging." Suddenly, an excited voice echoed from the tunnel. "Boss, I found the way to the main chamber." Lu Biao, leader of the Earth Dragon Gang, gasped. He quickly went back down the tunnel. Seeing this, I moved into action. Since I had the tomb map, I didn't enter through their tunnel. Instead, I went to a mountain stream and jumped straight into the water. Inside this stream, there was a hidden passage to the tomb. Soon, I entered the main chamber. Inside the chamber, a stone coffin was suspended by 4 chains. The surface of the coffin was covered in suppression runes. Even the walls around the room were covered in yellow paper talismans. Looking at this exaggerated scene, I suddenly felt a bit uneasy. This thing won't come back to life, right? Most importantly, besides these talismans for warding off evil, there was nothing else in the room. I frowned and looked at the stone coffin. Since I'm already here, I can't leave empty-handed. I just hope it doesn't wake up. Then, I jumped onto the coffin and forced it open. A fragrant scent wafted out from inside. I immediately grew nervous. Normally, a coffin should smell like decay, but I'm smelling perfume now. This is definitely not normal. Inside the coffin, a female corpse in a red robe lay quietly. Her features were as delicate as a painting. I could imagine how beautiful she was alive. What was most terrifying was a corpse-sealing talisman stuck on her forehead. I gulped nervously. Damn. This is definitely a powerful one. I wiped the cold sweat from my brow, but my eyes couldn't help glancing at the storage ring on her finger. I whispered, "Sorry about this. I'm a bit short on cash lately, so I'll borrow your ring for a bit." I quickly slid the ring off her finger, then slammed the coffin shut and bolted out of the chamber without looking back. A while later, the chamber door opened again. The Earth Dragon gang burst in. They soon noticed the lid had been moved, but ignored the yellow papers in the room. They went straight to the coffin. Lu Biao jumped onto it and pushed the lid open. When Lu Biao saw the female corpse, he instinctively swallowed hard. He subconsciously reached out and removed the red robe from her body. He wanted to admire her perfectly preserved form, but at that moment, a sudden sinister wind blew through. The talisman on her head ignited weirdly and turned to ash in an instant. At the same time, the lady in red opened her eyes. Lu Biao was scared out of his wits. He turned to flee, but a cold hand had already pierced his back, crushing his heart. He didn't even make a sound before his body withered away. This sudden scene terrified the others. They scrambled to escape, but in the end, none could evade death. After killing everyone, she slowly touched where her ring used to be. Her blood-red eyes stared toward where I had vanished. By now, I was back in my yard, checking the contents of the storage ring. I was completely stunned by what I saw. It was a 100 cubic meter space. Resources were piled up like a mountain, including living soil, dragon saliva, and spirit marrow. I took a fist-sized piece of living soil and sprinkled it around the lightning-struck wood. The charred wood suddenly shuddered as a surge of vitality rose from the earth. The half-meter-long willow branch grew rapidly, reaching about a meter in the blink of an eye. To my surprise, a section of the branch snapped off, turned into a green bracelet, and slid onto my wrist. I smiled. "Is this a gift for me? Thanks." Next, I took out the dragon saliva and carefully fed it to the eagle. This fluid is great for nourishing beasts. After the eagle finished the liquid, it acted like it was drunk, falling into a deep sleep on the ground. Its body grew at a visible rate, and its feathers gained a metallic sheen. Finally, I drank the spirit jade marrow. The warm, powerful energy spread through me. I activated the heaven swallowing technique, guiding the power through my entire body. Ordinary cultivators often waste energy, but this technique refined every drop. My cultivation reached Spirit Sea Level 1 naturally. Only now have I truly opened the door to cultivation. And the spirit jade marrow in the bottle was only slightly depleted. Just then, Wanyue came out of the room to call me for dinner. She sensed the changes in me, and for some reason, tears began to fall. I looked at her red eyes. "Ayu, why are you crying?" Wanyue sobbed. "I'm just so happy for you, master. Ayu is hoping one day I'll prove myself, so people will see I'm not some loser." Hearing that, I hugged Wanyue to comfort her. That day will come. After all, I'm the closest person to Wanyue. It'd be weird if she didn't notice something. But she didn't ask me anything. She just wants me to get better. That really touched me. After lunch, I went straight to the Wanbao Trade Guild. The old shopkeeper and some workers were busy putting mystery boxes up on the shelf. I went straight to the counter. "I want mystery box number 36. The shopkeeper smiled slightly. "All right, just a moment." Suddenly, a man with bloodshot eyes burst right into the Wanbao Trade Guild. It was Zhao Hu. The same guy the boss said went to collect some money last time. Zhao Hu spoke with a rough voice to the shopkeeper. "A new batch of mystery boxes arrived today, right? Number 10 and 36. Plus number 52. I'll take them all." "Hold on." The shopkeeper looked troubled. "You're just a bit late. All the other mystery boxes are here. But box 36 has already been sold to this customer." The shopkeeper was just about to hand me box 36. Zhao Hu jumped in. "Hold on. I picked out all these mystery boxes myself. My lucky number is in there. One of them is bound to have something good. So I have to get box 36. Just pick another one. Xiaohu shot me a look and reached out to take the box. But I was faster. I snatched the mystery box away. Then I fired right back at him. I already paid for this with my own money. So it's mine. Nobody's taking it from me. Honestly, I wanted to curse at him. Like, go get lost. Box 36 has the Xingzi secret inside. Do any of the others have that? But on second thought, I kept quiet. I don't want to blow my cover. Xiaohu looked furious. A fight was about to break out. The shopkeeper quickly stepped in to calm things down. Xiaohu forced himself to cool off. Shopkeeper, fine, I'll give Wanbao Guild some respect. For Xiaohu, the Wanbao Guild is not someone he can mess with. Since the shopkeeper stepped in, he had to back off. I just shot Xiaohu a cold look and left. With my current strength, Xiaohu is no threat at all. After leaving the Wanbao Guild, I headed straight home. Can't wait to train with the Xingzi secret. Suddenly, I notice a familiar scent. Time seemed to freeze for a moment. Even the dust in the air stopped. I was stunned on the spot. A woman in a red robe stood in front of me. It was the corpse from the ancient tomb. A chill ran right up my spine. Crap, she's come back to life. An icy cold hand silently grabbed my shoulder without a sound. The touch of death made my scalp tingle. Just then, the willowy bracelet on my wrist glowed green. A second later, time began moving again. The noisy crowd and traffic sounds came rushing back. I snapped back to reality. The woman in red was gone. I stood in the busy street, searching for her everywhere, but couldn't find her at all. I was stunned with confusion. Was it just my imagination or was it real? Is that corpse really after me? I forced myself to calm down, walking heavily toward the courtyard. I didn't notice, in a nearby alley, the woman in red was watching me leave. Her brows were tightly furrowed. The hand she touched my shoulder with looked like it was badly burned. It turned straight to ash. Her eyes stayed locked on my back as I walked away. After a moment, her figure flickered. And like a ghost, she started tailing me silently. Until she saw me open the courtyard door and step into a house shrouded in a faint glow. Her face suddenly twisted with fear. She staggered back 2 steps, then turned and disappeared into the alley. Her shadow faded even faster than before. Back in the courtyard, I couldn't wait to take out the beast hide scroll and held it under the sunlight. Light shined through the hide, and lines of golden runes slowly appeared. It was the training method for the Xingzi secret. I memorized the rune patterns carefully, then closed my eyes and focused, and started practicing the Xingzi technique. Legend says if you master the Xingzi secret, you can even chase the flow of time itself. With this skill, I'll have an edge whether I'm chasing enemies or running from danger. I'm much more confident now. The next day, the system's robotic voice spoke again. Today's Intel 1, Fate's son, Yun Chen, will come to Gufeng City tomorrow. And at a stall, he'll find a jade worth 100,000 spirit stones. The location is at the stone stall. Click for details. Today's Intel 2, Master Thief by Xiaozai, just stole a teleportation talisman to the Lingxi Mystic Realm. Click to find by Xiaozai's location. When I heard these 2 pieces of info, I couldn't help but smile. Yun Chen is the chosen one. The jade he wants must be special. If I keep following him, I can keep reaping the rewards. And the Lingxi realm is legendary. It's filled with opportunities, controlled by several powerful forces. The geniuses of these sects mostly have special physiques. It's a perfect chance for me. I must get that teleport talisman. But first, I have a priority. The bone-corroding body of the 9 realms heir. Soon, on the street, I saw an old and a young figure. The young one is the heir, Yi Sha. The elder is his guardian, Elder Mo. As I was about to approach, I noticed the 2 of them hurrying out of the city. I frowned, holding back the urge to strike. At Serum level 1, beating Yi Sha is easy. But against that guardian, I'm not quite strong enough. To take down Yi Sha, I must separate them first. Without hesitation, I followed them secretly, out of the city gates, to a remote area. As I prepared to strike, Elder Mo stopped suddenly. Sensing something, he bolted in another direction. Yi Sha turned pale and began to flee in panic. I had no idea what was happening. Are they being hunted? But with Elder Mo gone, I have my chance to kill Yi Sha. I used the Xing secret technique and caught up instantly. Yi Sha sensed me behind him, realizing I was a threat. Eyes full of killing intent, he yelled, "I'm the 9 realms heir. Who do you think you are? Attacking me like this? You're asking for death." Yi Sha drew a red battle blade, slashing directly at me. Blood energy engulfed the ground. I gave a cold snort and cast the Human King seal. A golden palm fell from the sky. Under the Human King palm, his blood energy was pathetic. Yisha was sent flying, crashing hard into the dirt, coughing up mouthfuls of blood. Countless bones shattered. Yisha struggled to look up. Who are you? I didn't waste any words. I stepped up and snapped his neck. Then, I left the scene quickly. The fight was quite loud. It'll surely attract attention. Leaving fast is the best move. I soon settled in a remote cave. In no time, the evil body was refined. Energy surged within me. The sea realm barriers shattered. When I opened my eyes again, to my surprise, I'd reached sea realm level 5. I started my cultivation late, lagging far behind the geniuses. But with the system's help, I can close the gap, or even surpass them. I stepped out of the cave, locating Xiao Thief Bai. Night had already fallen. At the temple on Rain Mountain, Xiao Thief Bai was teaching his apprentices the art of theft. They were listening intently. One boy suddenly asked, "Master, I heard you stole a treasure today. Can we see it?" Bai took out a blue talisman, waving it before them. "Of course. Let me show you something. It's a teleport talisman. With this, you can enter the secret realm itself." Before he could finish, his vision blurred, as if a shadow flickered by. Looking down, the talisman was gone. Furious, he immediately gave chase. But that shadow was insanely fast. Bai pushed his speed to the limit, but instead of catching up, the gap only grew wider. He stopped, panting hard. Unwilling to give up, he said. "What insane speed! But stealing from me? Impossible." He took a deep breath and bolted out like a bullet, fast as a lightning bolt. Still, he couldn't even see a shadow. Watching the figure vanish, Bai doubted his whole life. A legendary master thief, outrun by such a margin. Gritting his teeth, he growled, "Don't let me catch you, or you're in for it." But back at the temple, he saw his apprentices shouting over a pile of spirit stones. Bai looked serious. "Where did these stones come from?" The boy hurried over. "Master, you're back. Right after you left, a storage bag appeared, with 3,000 spirit stones inside, and a note." He handed over the note. Bai looked at it. It read, "For the Lingxi talisman, I took these stones. As your compensation." Bai's heart was conflicted. Did he know I couldn't catch him? Fine, the talisman is gone. This isn't a bad deal. I headed back to my yard with the teleport talisman. Now that I have it, I'll just wait for the opening. Night passed quickly. Intel, Virtual World arrives at noon. Think Virtual World. To log in, click the Intel for details. In the Great Waste, far away, a yellow blood grass has matured. It will be taken in 3 days. Click for the location. My eyebrows twitched. I checked the Virtual World details and was amazed. It's like a virtual network. Users in the virtual world can trade and train. I'll have to see how it works myself. The second news was annoying. That herb is too far away. Not even in 30 days. Could I make it there? Then, my eyes lit up. If I can't get it, I can sell the info in the virtual world for a high price. Having made up my mind, I'll enter the virtual world at noon. But right now, I must beat Yin Chen to that 100k spirit stone jade. I arrived at the stall area. A bearded man was setting up. I spotted that ancient jade right away. I tried hard to stay calm. "Boss, how much for this jade?" The bearded vendor sized me up. 500 spirit stones and it's yours. I looked totally shocked. Went straight to haggling. "Why don't you just rob me? Is there even anything real here?" "Just 5 spirit stones." The bearded vendor's face changed fast. "Deal. I'll let you be my first customer today. Hand over the spirit stones." I paused for a second. Scratched my head. Snatched the luck chosen one. Feels like my fortune is almost too smooth. But I didn't overthink it. Just paid the spirit stones. The bearded vendor took them. Handed me the ancient jade. Looking pretty pleased. I was just as happy inside. I honestly didn't expect this. This jade is worth 100,000 spirit stones. And I got it so easily. I turned away from the booth. Just then, a young man brushed past me. That was Yun Chen, the luck chosen one. Yun Chen went up to the bearded vendor. Carefully searched around. But couldn't spot the ancient jade. He quickly asked the bearded vendor. Found out the jade was already sold. Yun Chen's face changed. For a moment. He came to Gufeng City just for the soul-nurturing jade. Needed it for his master's fading soul. Didn't expect someone to beat him to it. Yun Chen unwillingly took out 20 spirit stones. Pushed the vendor for info. "What did the person who bought the jade look like? Do you remember?" The bearded vendor gave a rough description of me. Then Yinchen wandered around Gufeng City. But still found nothing. Frustrated as hell. Right then, a faint glow popped up on Yinchen's ring. A charming woman's voice suddenly sounded in his mind. It was Yinchen's master, Shen Xinlan. Yinchen, don't get mad. It's fine if the soul-nurturing jade is gone. Master, I can hang on for a bit. The Lingxi secret realm will open soon. There'll be another chance then. And you'll find lots of opportunities inside. But for now, we better leave this ghost-filled city. Or else, you could be in danger anytime. Yinchen nodded. Yes, master. Then hurried out of Gufeng City. Once I got home, I started studying the ancient jade. Quickly found it in old books. It's a soul-nurturing jade. Can raise and nurture one's soul. I was stunned. Totally an unexpected bonus. No wonder the system valued it at 100,000 spirit stones. A deep, mysterious voice suddenly exploded in my mind. The virtual realm descends. All practitioners, please log in. I set 100 spirit stones by my side. Silently recited. Log into the virtual realm. When I opened my eyes again, I was on a wide plaza. Soon after, a huge crowd of practitioners appeared. Each of them wore black robes. Faces looked pixelated. I grinned. Pretty cool setup. As long as I want, nobody can figure out who I am. Soon, some smart folks spotted a business chance. Set up stalls right on the spot. The plaza was full of shouting sellers. Things got super lively. I cleared my throat. Yelled out, I've got info on the legendary Huangqi grass. Valid for 2 days. Just 10,000 spirit stones. As I finished speaking, things got quiet nearby. Lots of vendors and practitioners stared at me in shock. One practitioner anxiously asked about the holy herb. It's just a legendary item. Rare, can't be found easily. I stayed calm. If you want to know, 10,000 spirit stones. And this info's only good for 2 days. That practitioner instantly bargained, 10,000 spirit stones. Too expensive. It's not even real Huangqi grass. Just some info. Others agreed. I laughed from being annoyed. That's exactly why it costs this much, it's info on Huangqi grass. If it were the real holy herb, you couldn't buy it even for 1,000,000 spirit stones. I shouted, shut up. 10,000 spirit stones, no bargaining. If you want it, pay up. If not, get lost. Hearing this, everyone was mad. But couldn't do anything. This is the virtual realm. Everything here is fake. They can't even see my build. Much less check who I am. Just then, a black-robed figure came up to me. Is your info on Huangqi grass legit? If it is, I'm buying. I can pay 10,000 spirit stones right now. I promised confidently. Of course it's true. The black-robed figure seemed worried I'd scam him. He threatened, if it's fake. Even if you're at the edge of the world, I'll find you. He handed me the spirit stones. I gave him all the info about Huangqi grass. Next moment, his figure faded away. Looks like he left the virtual realm. Then it's time for me to visit the most mysterious area. I soon reached the Dream Eternal District. This is the most special spot. Basically, practitioners can freely dream here. Especially cultivation dreams. Time in reality moves 12 times slower than in dreams. What's more, Dream Eternal District has 4 layers of dreams. The first 3, each layer goes 12 times faster than the last. The 4th dream layer is unique. Rumor is, nobody's been there. Each dream layer works differently, so spirit stone costs go up. I couldn't help but sigh. Looks like I need more spirit stones. That way, seek opportunity by day, cultivate in dreams at night. That's perfect. I entered the first dream layer to cultivate. This time, I'm focusing on my secret skill. Boosting my speed. Not long after, the system made an announcement. Today's Intel 1. Lingxi Secret Realm officially opens tomorrow. Lucky Yunchen will get Phoenix Blood there. For Phoenix Blood's location, click here. Today's Intel 2. Practitioner Chu Xian. Killed for treasure, got the Moonglass fruit. Now badly injured. Healing in a hidden place. Chu Xian's location. Click here. I saw the first bit of intel. And felt a ton of emotions. Really lives up to being the luck chosen one. Even Phoenix Blood goes to him. But now that I know about it, then this Phoenix Blood is mine. And as for Chuxian mentioned in Intelligence 2, I remember him perfectly. Back in the Hingduan Mountains, he relied on his high cultivation, acted arrogant and domineering, and wanted to inspect all cultivators' storage rings. If I hadn't used my devouring demonic technique to create chaos, and slipped away in the confusion, I wouldn't have even kept the mountain treasures. Probably would have lost my life too. Now he's badly wounded and on the run, so he can't blame me for being ruthless. Then, I tapped on Chuxian's location. and went straight over. First, for revenge. Second, because he has the Moonveil crystal fruit, which I desperately need. If I could refine it, maybe I'd break into the divine power realm. At this moment, Chushian is being chased by members of the giant whale gang. He's gravely injured, totally unable to fight back, and can only hide in a cave to recover. After a long time, his injuries eased a bit. He gritted his teeth and spoke. Giant whale gang, just wait for me. When I recover, I'll wipe out your whole clan. Seeing he was stable, he struggled to his feet, planning to leave quickly. But right then, a shadow flashed by like a ghost. Chushian couldn't react in time, and he was blasted away by a huge force. Slammed hard into the rock wall. His wounds burst open again. The pain nearly made him faint. He coughed up blood, barely managed to put up a defense. Damn it, who are you? I couldn't be bothered with him. And kicked him flying, then kept punching him. Chushian ended up disfigured, and finally begged for mercy. You're not from the giant whale gang. Who are you? What grudge do we have? Let me go now. That's when I stopped. Let me tell you why you're going to die. I'm the one who took the mountain treasure in Hingduan Mountains. I came today to kill you. Now you know. Then I punched straight through his heart. Chushian's face was full of fury. So you stole the mountain treasure. But before he could finish, he completely lost all life. I quickly grabbed his storage ring, and left without a second thought. When I got home, I searched through his ring, and found the Moonveil crystal fruit. Legend says just one piece of its flesh can cleanse mortal impurities, help cultivators overcome inner demons, and make spiritual energy flow smooth as moonlight. I didn't hesitate, ate the whole fruit right away, and started meditating. After a long while, a chilly, vast, mysterious power spread in me. My mind shook intensely, as if a majestic palace was unlocked inside my head. That's the home of divine sense, the source of soul power. I slowly opened my eyes, feeling this transformed strength inside. I couldn't help but smile. This Moonveil crystal fruit is amazing. Directly helped me step into the first stage of divine power realm. Right after, I entered the virtual world, and started cultivating. In the blink of an eye, it's the second day. Today is the official opening of the Lingxi Secret Realm. Any cultivator with a Lingxi Secret Realm teleport talisman can enter the Lingxi Secret Realm. Today's info, Chu Feng from Jiuhua Sword Sect. He will get the Great Eye Divine Technique on the second floor. Location of the Great Eye Divine Technique. Check today's info too, Jui Palace. Ling Qianxiao, a genius with the ultimate demon body, will obtain a Saint Body Remnant at the bottom level. Get a Saint Body Remnant. Saw info 1. I smiled slightly. Yet again, it's Chu Feng from Jiuhua Sword Sect. Last time, I beat him to it. Got an ancient beast egg before him. Running into him again this time? Guess Chu Feng is just unlucky. Besides, Jui Palace is one of the Lin family's big enemies. Especially back then, when I had low talent. I was mocked and attacked by Jui Palace a lot. And this Lin Qianxiao even humiliated me before. If it weren't for my elders showing up in time, I might have died at Lin Qianxiao's hands. A cold smile crept onto my lips. As long as I'm here, Lin Qianxiao, you're not getting the Saint Body Remnant. Suddenly, the Lingxi talisman activated. Blue light flaring all around, vibrating non-stop. It's telling the cultivators. Lingxi Secret Realm has opened. You can now enter. Then I used magic to trigger the talisman. When I opened my eyes again, I was in a forest. Tall ancient trees surrounded me. It didn't seem much different from outside. I didn't dare linger. I had to get ahead of Yun Chen, the child of destiny, and seize the phoenix first. Soon, I saw a grove of dead phoenix trees ahead. The trees were burned black. Leaves were dead and fallen. The whole area felt lifeless. No sign of vitality. I murmured to myself. Looks like I'm in the right spot. This is the phoenix forest where the real phoenix once lived. But now it's totally withered. After searching for a bit, I finally found, under the thickest tree, a drop of blood floating in midair. Bright red in the middle, spinning with golden light. Inside the blood bead, a faint phoenix shadow. Vibrant life radiates from it. This is true phoenix blood. I held back my excitement. Carefully put it away in a jade bottle. Then I quickly left, planning to find a quiet spot to refine the phoenix blood. Yunchen came a bit late, saw the empty forest, and his face looked awful. Yunchen was furious. Slammed his fist onto a burnt tree trunk. Better not let me find out who took the phoenix blood, or I'll make you pay. I had no clue about any of this. By now I'd found a hidden cave, set up a simple barrier, and sat cross-legged. Took out the phoenix blood. Took a deep breath. Swallowed the phoenix blood. In my dantian, a thumb-sized blood bead, was radiating scorching heat. Sweat covered my forehead. My face twisted in pain. But I didn't flinch at all. Phoenix blood is a rare treasure. Refining it is dangerous. A slip up and you could die from your body exploding. But if I succeed, my power will leap dramatically. As time passed, my bones started to glow faint gold. Even my flesh felt reborn. No idea how much time went by. When the last bit of Phoenix blood power was fully refined, my body erupted with a powerful energy, shaking rocks off the cave walls. Surprised, I found I reached the 4th level of Divine Power Realm. My recovery became amazingly fast. Regular wounds could heal almost instantly. I was thrilled inside, but didn't linger. Onto the 2nd floor of the Lingxi Secret Realm, where the Great Eye Divine Technique awaits. Headed straight for the 2nd floor. On the way, the sound of intense fighting caught my attention. I quietly approached. On the forest clearing, Child of Destiny, Yunchen was facing off against 2 rogue cultivators. Both looked furious. We found the soul condensing lotus first. Now you want to forcibly take it? That's just too much. Yunchen's body sparked with lightning, looking imposing. I'm the Dao partner. Doesn't matter, the soul condensing lotus is right there. Anyone can grab it. Even if it's in your hands. If I want it, you just have to hand it over. If you don't want to die, then get lost now. The 2 cultivators looked grim. They were mad but powerless thanks to the gap in strength. Getting ready to leave, feeling defeated. One glanced sideways, suddenly saw something, and pointed behind Yunchen, shouting, "Look! Someone's picking the soul condensing lotus." Yunchen sneered instantly. Are you trying to trick me into looking back? So you can ambush me? Can't believe you'd use such cheap tricks. You really think I'm a fool? Just then, the voice of Yunchen's master, Shen Xinlan, sounded. Yunchen, someone really is picking the soul condensing lotus. Yunchen's expression changed, quickly turning around. But he only saw someone's back. And the lotus was gone. Right then, Yunchen snapped, shaking with rage. Didn't get the soul nurturing jade. Phoenix blood got snatched too. And now even this lotus is gone. Yunchen got angrier. You bastard. Trying to steal the soul condensing lotus from me. That's just wishful thinking. Yunchen's body blazed with lightning. And he chased after me. I snorted coldly, seeing this. Used my shift technique at full speed. Didn't take long before I lost Yunchen. A frustrated roar echoed from behind. I smiled and put away my soul, moving just as fast. Yunchen, you're too slow. Then I headed straight for the 2nd floor entrance, leaving Yunchen behind, pale-faced, looking totally defeated. Master. I lost him. I couldn't keep up with his speed. Don't even know who he is. Shen Xinlan's voice was helpless. Don't be discouraged, Yunchen. You just have to accept it this time. If I'm correct, he used the shift technique, one of the 9 secrets. And also, there's still Phoenix blood on him, not fully refined. He must be the one who took the Phoenix blood. Yunchen felt even worse. He thought his master would comfort him. But instead, she told him to accept it. Yunchen looked darker than ever, clenching his teeth hard. No wonder my thunder movement technique couldn't catch up, damn. He swore in his heart. I'm going to kill this guy that keeps stealing my chances. After shaking off Yunchen, I went straight to the 2nd floor of the Lingxi Secret Realm. It's no longer a forest out there. It's like a dark, maze-like underground cave. Following the intel, I walked straight to where Grand Duke Big Eye was. At the same time, Chu Feng was gripping that beast skin scroll with blurred markings. He anxiously checked the route, while making his way through the confusing cave. But what he didn't know was, I didn't need the map at all. I knew exactly where Grand Duke Big Eye was. So I arrived at the destination before Chu Feng. In the center of the cave sat a skeleton, cross-legged. If I'm right, this should be the remains of Lord Big Eye. Back when the Lingxi Secret Realm was whole, Lord Big Eye was a top powerhouse too. Who would have thought he'd die here? I bowed to Lord Big Eye's remains. Lord Big Eye, respect from a junior. Then my eyes fell on the warm jade slip in his skeletal hand. Written on it was the Grand Eye Manual. I picked up the jade slip and left. Just happened to bump into Chu Feng. The moment Chu Feng saw me, his brows furrowed. Have we met before? I quickly waved my hand. Nope, never met you. As soon as I said that, I passed right by him. Now that I've got the Grand Eye Manual, I want no unnecessary trouble. Chu Feng stared at my quickly leaving back, anxious for no reason. He rushed into the cave, searched everywhere, but found nothing. Chu Feng looked pretty upset. Damn it. Did that guy take the Grand Eye Manual? Suddenly, something clicked in Chu Feng's head. He remembered. I remember now. I saw him before in the Hingduan Mountains. When he passed me, there was this bird on his shoulder. The ancient beast I'd been searching for. And now the Grand Eye Manual is stolen too. Are we fated to be enemies or what? By now, I'd reached the lowest level of the Lingxi secret realm, searching for the crucial Saint Body remnant. All around, the rock walls were set with glowing blue crystals, making the place look like a ghostly domain. In the middle of this dead zone lay a huge remnant body. Half his body was stuck in a golden stone pedestal. The floor was covered in old runes. Just as I was about to move closer, someone in a black robe appeared up ahead. A young man with a cruel expression. This was Ling Qianshao from the Palace of Deadly Evil. Ling Qianshao looked smugly at the Saint Body remnant. So this is the thing the Ling family longs for. Yeah, this is special. It's been dead for years. But the body hasn't decayed. Too bad now it belongs to Palace of Deadly Evil. Hearing that, my eyes turned cold. Palace of Deadly Evil is my Ling family's sworn enemy. Anything we want, they'll always try to stop us. On top of that, my family always wanted this Saint Body remnant to help my brother, who has the ancient divine body, become stronger. Since Lin Qianshao found it, he's not gonna let it go. Just when Lin Qianshao was about to take the remnant, I suddenly moved and appeared right next to him in an instant. I punched him hard in the face. Lin Qianshao's entire face twisted from the hit, teeth and blood flying everywhere. He flew out like a broken sack, slamming into the rock wall. He struggled up from the rubble, his chest heaving wildly. You bastard! How dare you sneak attack me? Want to die? Before he finished, Lin Qianshao started using his special bloodline, the Annihilation Devil Body. Demonic energy burst out of him, dark purple flames shooting my way. I shouted King's Mark. A golden palm print and a huge phantom appeared in the air, slamming down at Lin Qianshao with force. He got smashed into the wall again, spitting blood everywhere. This time Lin Qianshao finally saw my face clearly. His pupils shrank. He screamed, "You're Lin Yu." I flashed, showed up right beside him again, grabbed his neck with one hand, lifting him from the pit. I said calmly, "Ling Qianshao, long time no see." Then I instantly activated the heaven-devouring skill, devouring his devil body. Ling Qianshao could only feel his very core power draining away. He yelled in shock, "What kind of technique is this? Why can you absorb my demon power? Stop!" I stared coldly at his fading face, never stopping my hand. Lin Qianshao finally panicked. "Bro Lin, I was wrong. Please, let me go. I swear I'll never mess with you again." I just laughed coldly. "You're not wrong. You just know you're about to die." Then the cave echoed with screams. I completely refined the devil body. My strength shot up, reaching divine skill level 5. Then I put away the Saint Body remnant and left the bottom of the Lingxi secret realm. Suddenly, I felt a strong repelling force. That means I'm about to leave this place. Everyone can only stay in the Lingxi secret realm for a day at most. Sure enough, before long, I was pushed out of the Lingxi secret realm. When I came back to my senses, I was in my familiar little yard again. Wan Yue had already set breakfast on the stone table. I took a deep breath, sat down at the table, and silently thought, check today's intel. Today's intel 1, Ancient Wind City is the Ling family's birthplace. With the lost key, one can uncover the family's secrets. Today's intel 2. A seriously injured ancient divine body has reached Ancient Wind City. Hearing the first intel, I perked up. Of course I know Ancient Wind City's the origin of the Ling family. That's obvious. But I never knew there's another secret hidden here, let alone there being a lost key. I paused for a second and looked at intel 2. A seriously injured ancient divine body? Could it be my genius brother, Lin Chen? If I'm right, he must be here in Ancient Wind City to see me. Even though Lin Chen and I have different status in the family, we actually get along pretty well. While Wan Yue and I were about to eat, a deep, magnetic voice suddenly sounded. "Big brother, you live so carefree." A man showed up at the table. He was wearing a light blue robe, with a black jade pendant at his waist. Wan Yue exclaimed in surprise. "Second young master, why are you here all of a sudden? Let me get a bowl and chopsticks." Lin Chen nodded, showing thanks. I took a sip of porridge, looked up at Lin Chen. "You sure are a busy man. I doubt you came here just to see me. Is there something you need?" Lin Chen looked completely calm. "Can't I come see my big bro even if nothing's wrong?" I replied very calmly. "You're the Lin family's golden child, you know. You're always crazy busy. Why would the family let you come see someone as unimportant as me for no reason? They wouldn't let you visit someone like me for nothing." Lin Chen couldn't stay calm after that. He quickly tried to explain, "Big brother. Actually, the family hasn't given up on you. This time, I'm here to bring you 2 things. Then Lin Chen took out a jade bottle. "This is Qing Tian Dragon Transformation Elixir. The main ingredient is a treasure I found in a secret realm." Then the family added some herbs. That's how it was refined. It can help cultivators improve their talent. Maybe it'll help you truly start cultivating. I looked at Lin Chen seriously. Your injuries? Did you get hurt finding the main ingredient? Lin Chen froze for a second. He didn't expect me to notice his wounds. Lin Chen spoke lightly. It's just a minor injury, I'm fine. I didn't say anything. I just stared straight at Lin Chen. Feeling guilty, Lin Chen took out a jade pendant. Trying to change the subject quickly. Oh right, bro. I got this pendant from our ancestors' lost cave. I heard our Lin family in Gufeng City seems to have some sort of secret. And this pendant is the key. That's why Dad told me to give it to you. See if you can figure anything out. I stared at the pendant in Lin Chen's hand. My heart started pounding. Could this be the lost key? I didn't hesitate. I accepted the elixir and pendant right away. Then the two of us just started chatting. Half an hour later, Lin Chen got up to leave, looking reluctant. He had just walked a few steps away when I suddenly called after him. Wait, take this. I tossed a storage pouch to Lin Chen. Lin Chen took the pouch, confused. He opened it to check. And his eyes went wide. Bro. Just as Lin Chen was about to say something, I made a gesture for him to stay quiet. And shook my head, telling him to keep it a secret. Lin Chen lit up with a bright smile. My dear big brother. You're sneakier than anyone. You hide things better than anybody. Inside the pouch was a fragment of a saint's body, Lingxi. Before the secret realm opened, Jui Palace actually provoked the Lin family, claiming they found the exact spot where the saint's body lay. That really pissed off the family. No one expected that after Lin Chenxiao entered the Lingxi secret realm, he never came out again. But now, the saint body fragment is in my hands. Any strange sounds inside, and I'll know. Saw my brother off. After midnight, I started studying the jade pendant. I put a drop of my blood right on the pendant. Then, the Dijiang totem on the jade pendant almost looked like it was coming to life. It gave off a brilliant light. Even the space around it started twisting. At the same time, a message entered my mind. The Dijiang pendant is the key. It opens spatial nodes in Gufeng City. Through these nodes, I can instantly jump to another place. They cover the 3,000 states of the ancient realm. But each time I use the Dijiang pendant, there's a 3-day cooldown. Hearing this, I gasped. Man, with this spatial node, I could go anywhere I want. They say a single Shen state is huge beyond belief. From south to north, an average person couldn't walk across it in a lifetime. And the ancient realm has 3,000 states. The land is vast and endless. It's impossible to even imagine how big it is. Even the Ling clan, strongest in Shen state, is mostly known only in a few nearby states. People from farther places haven't even heard of them, and will probably never cross paths with them. But spatial nodes like this are spread over all 3,000 states. Which family member made something this amazing? Seriously impressive. Right then, I made up my mind. To use the Dijiang pendant once, I need to wait 3 days to use it again. For now, I'll handle the rare treasures from Lingxi's secret realm first. And I'll try out the Dijiang pendant tomorrow. Maybe go visit another state. As I focused my mind, I entered the virtual realm. Then laid out all the rare treasures I didn't need. I cleared my throat and imitated other vendors, shouting out. Don't miss out. Come take a look. Soul nurturing jade and spirit lotus. All kinds of rare spiritual treasures. Everyone, come check it out. Meanwhile, a man in a black robe was getting excited. He was none other than the son of fate, Yun Chen. Master, in the Lingxi secret realm this time. Even though I missed out on Phoenix blood and the spirit lotus, I got other rare treasures. Total sales reached 100,000 spirit stones. I finally have enough to buy you soul nurturing items. Shen Xinlan spoke calmly. You did well. But this is just the start. Next, you need to train hard for a few days in your dream. Master's technique I taught you, master it fully. Combine it with rare spiritual treasures, and your skills will improve greatly. Lingchen nodded. Master, this is what I should do. In the next few days, I'll definitely work hard at my training. Then, Yunchen started searching for soul-nurturing treasures. But just then, he heard me shouting my sales pitch. Yunchen listened and couldn't help but laugh out loud. Master, our luck is great. Thought it would take a while to find those soul-nurturing items. But they popped up right away. He didn't expect someone to be selling them so soon. But his smile quickly faded. Yunchen squeezed his way through the crowd and came up to my stall. He not only saw the soul-nurturing jade, but also the spirit lotus. Right then, Yunchen realized. I was the one who got both the soul-nurturing jade and spirit lotus first. He forced himself to stay calm and put on a friendly face. Hey, friend, soul-nurturing items like these are pretty rare. You've got both at once. That's impressive. I respect people like you. And would love to make friends. Mind giving me a chance? I glanced at the black-robed guy in front of my stall. And replied bluntly. If you want it, just say so. Which treasure caught your eye? Just want to be friends. So I'll give you a discount? No way. Hearing that, Yunchen forced himself to stay calm. Friend, it's not about the treasures. I'm interested in you as a person. I really want to be friends. That made my skin crawl. I shouted angrily, you freak. Get lost, stop creeping me out. Now Yunchen's forehead veins were popping out. He lost it. And started cursing me out. Who do you think you are? I've had enough of you. Tell me who you really are if you've got the guts. Let's see if I don't take you down. I fired right back. Are you nuts? I'm just here minding my own business. You came to bother me. And now you're cursing me out. Are you stupid? Yunchen roared. Do you dare to tell me your real identity or not? I shot back, nope. Yunchen was about to explode. Felt like punching air, totally powerless. Our argument drew a crowd. I quickly seized the chance, ignored Yunchen, and started shouting promotions again. Everyone, come take a look. All kinds of spiritual treasures. Don't miss out. Yunchen lost his cool again. Went at me with punches and kicks. But in the virtual realm, neither of us has a real body. So Yunchen's attacks didn't do anything. Everyone checked out the treasures at my stall. And started buying them up. One cultivator even helped advertise for me. Soul Nurturing Jade and Spirit Lotus. Those are super rare treasures. The quality is good too. Fair prices. Worth buying. His buddy agreed. Yeah, I was just worried. About where to find soul nurturing treasures like these. Didn't expect to find them here. Especially a guy in a black robe. Had his eyes on the soul nurturing jade. But when he was about to trade with me, Yunchen snatched the soul nurturing jade. His master's spirit is getting weaker and weaker. The spirit lotus is only a temporary fix. Only the soul nurturing jade can fully restore her spirit. At this rate, if he doesn't get it soon, someone else might buy it. So even if he holds a grudge against me, and feels resentful, he has to buy it. The black-robed guy complained loudly. You freak. Why are you competing with me for the soul nurturing jade? Yunchen shouted back. You're the freak. Your whole family are freaks. He was already mad because of me. Now everyone's calling him a freak too. Pushed to the edge. I was just about to watch the show. When Yunchen got so upset he logged off. But what I didn't know was, as soon as Yunchen opened his eyes in the inn, all his frustration came out. He didn't get my real identity. Got totally pissed off instead. And worst, everyone thinks he's a freak now. He's never had to put up with something like this. So he started crying. Yunchen wiped his face. Real men don't cry easily. But this time, he just couldn't help it. Just you wait. One day I'll find out who you really are. All the rare treasures I was selling have already been snatched up. Then I logged out of the virtual realm. Got back home. And used the Azure Dragon Elixir. I drank the elixir in one go. As the elixir entered my body, it turned into a scorching torrent, rushing through me. Foul-smelling sweat mixed with impurities seeped from my pores, pooling into a slick of black water on the floor. As night fell, I finally opened my eyes slowly. A flash of gold sparkled in my gaze. My skin looked smooth and radiant like jade. My meridians felt wider and clearer. Spiritual energy was pouring into me faster than ever. I couldn't help but smile. That's the magic of Azure Dragon Elixir. It actually upgraded my cultivation talent. Next up, I'll head to the first dream layer and start the Big Eye Mind technique. Then I entered the virtual realm and began dream cultivation. Big Eye Mind technique is a mental cultivation method. Once I focus on its technique, threads of silvery light spill from my brow, circling through my mind. As it works, the light gradually forms a hazy star map. When the star map completes its 36th rotation, I suddenly feel my consciousness shake intensely. Blinding white light bursts from my brow, and the star map grows sharp and clear. The path of the stars gets incredibly mysterious. After a night of dream training, I slowly open my eyes, feeling fresh and clear-headed. My mind is peaceful and empty. I can even fully resist most mental attacks. Totally immune to them. Finally, I greeted Wanyue, telling her I'll be out for 3 days. Then I pulled out the Daijang Jade pendant. I didn't set a destination this time, just went with a random teleport. I poured my power into the pendant. When I opened my eyes, I'd arrived in a strange hellscape. Today's intel, a village in ancient Zhou. Yi Village's beast milk is legendary. Super beneficial for cultivators. For Yi Village's location, click Today's Intel 2 inside the Misty Forest. A dark serpent with dragon blood is turning into a flood dragon. Many cultivators are preparing to kill it while it's weak. To harvest dragon blood. For details, listen to the system's prompt. I can't help but marvel that the intel info randomly generates based on my power and surroundings. So basically, I'm an ancient Zhou. I definitely need to check out this whole dragon blood frenzy. New Martial Land is shrouded in mist year-round. Ancient trees form a canopy overhead. No noise from the outside world here. Only the sound of my footsteps echoing through the mist. Just then, an angry beast roar suddenly exploded. I muttered, "Guess they're fighting now." I quickened my pace, heading deeper into the misty forest. Soon after, I saw a newly evolved flood dragon. Its electric blue body winding through the woods, coldly scanning the cultivators below. Below are 7 men clad in beast pelts, each as burly as an iron tower. They're from Yi village. Their faces are grim, weapons gripped tightly. I raised an eyebrow, catching sight of the 8th fighter, a tiny kid, maybe only 3 years old. But this little guy is shockingly powerful. I secretly gasped. Wow, 3 years old and already this strong? That's unreal. Just as I'm stunned, the battle's totally heating up. The serpent lost a ton of energy evolving. It turned into a flood dragon, but it left it super weak. The 8 people seized the moment to ambush it, seriously wounding the dragon. Otherwise, it'd be almost impossible to take down. The old man with a goatee is Yi village's chief. He growled low. "This dragon is finished. Everybody, give it all you got." He smashed his bone club onto the dragon, striking hard. The dragon let out a painful screech. Everyone joined in, clobbering their weapons onto the dragon. After a final cry, the dragon crashed to the ground, losing all signs of life. The goateed chief stared at its massive body, exhaling heavily in relief. The others sat down right there, starting to rest. They managed to kill the dragon, but they're badly depleted. Only the little guy is still lively, studying the dragon's corpse closely. I looked down, thinking, this dragon's body holds some dragon blood lineage. That blood could be refined. How do I get it, though? Suddenly, a lean, fierce figure with a sword swung at a Yi villager. The sword was super fast. Total pressure. A Yi villager couldn't dodge in time, and the blade sliced through his body, cutting him clean in half. So brutal, the power of that attack. The little guy looked at the fallen villager, who died instantly, and cried out, "Uncle." At that moment, the lean, fierce figure launched another attack at a Yi villager. Goatee chief urgently warned, "Watch out. It's one of the kids from Mu village." Angry shouts echoed through the jungle. "Wipe out Yi village." A dozen Mu village folks charged in, and a massive fight erupted. The 2 villages went at it like mad. But Yi villagers were wiped out from fighting the dragon, and Mu village had the numbers. Yi villagers didn't stand a chance. They got totally overwhelmed, losing badly in the fight. The goatee chief refused to give up. Damn it. Is the dragon we fought so hard for just going to get stolen like this? But in their current condition, they're no match for Mu village. If they keep fighting, they'll probably all die here. Goatee chief had no choice but to retreat. Seeing this, Mu villagers cheered loudly. Everyone smiled big. They won the dragon without lifting a finger, and dealt a blow to their rivals. This was definitely a huge win for them. Mu village chief was all smiles. Drag the dragon back to Mu village. The villagers nodded in agreement. But when they went to grab the dragon's body, it had already vanished. Mu villagers quickly started searching. Meanwhile, I slipped away with the dragon's body, already leaving misty forest fast. Then found a secluded spot, and pulled out the flood dragon's corpse. I whispered, "Since this dragon can be refined for dragon blood, I'll just use my devourer technique and swallow it whole." I sat cross-legged, placed the dragon's corpse in front of me, formed a seal with both hands, activated the devourer technique. A powerful suction surged from within me. I watched as the dragon's flesh started to shrivel at a speed visible to the eye. Streams of pure energy turned into streaks of azure airflow, constantly pouring into my body. My body trembled slightly. The strength of this dragon was unbelievably fierce. Pain made me clench my teeth hard. With sheer willpower, I kept refining that terrifying force. As a whole day and night passed, the giant dragon became an empty shell. I slowly opened my eyes. An aura far stronger than before shot skyward. My realm advanced steadily, up to the 2nd stage of true spirit. Most importantly, when I channeled my powers at full force, my body was instantly covered in fine scales. Golden light shone all around me. My defense skyrocketed. Today's tip: Sword God Mountain Disciple Yi Guiying will get an ancient sword with a huge history tomorrow at a weapon shop. This sword will help him reach the summit. For the sword's location, click today's Intel Part 2, afternoon. Shengyuan Chamber of Commerce in Stormwave City is holding an auction. One precious medicine is seriously undervalued. But actually, it's a fragment of the legendary undying medicine. Yang family's ancestor extended his life by 2,000 years thanks to it. His strength returned to its peak. I said right away. That ancient sword must be intercepted. And the undying medicine is legendary. Even more precious than holy medicine. Even a fragment is extremely rare. Right now, this undying medicine fragment is seriously undervalued. Its value has definitely dropped. So this is the perfect chance to get it. But the auction is in the afternoon. So I went to Yi Village. Because I really wanted to know. What's so special about the beast milk they stew? And what makes it unique? This is a really ancient village. All villagers live by hunting. So everyone, young and old, is strong and sturdy. But since being ambushed by nearby Mu village, many in the village have been killed or hurt. The whole Yi village is in a state of readiness. They want to fight Mu village to the death. I didn't walk straight into Yi village. I waited until the Yi village men left to fight. Then slipped in secretly. The air was filled with a rich milky aroma. I used the smell to find a house in Yi village. They were stewing a pot of beast milk there. They had even added special medicine to the milk. I couldn't help but sigh at the sight. This beast milk is really extraordinary. Just smelling it makes you feel refreshed. I had an idea. I just put the whole pot of beast milk into my storage ring. Right then, a childish voice called out, "Big brother. That pot of beast milk is mine." I looked down. There stood a little boy as cute as a porcelain doll, holding a giant gourd even taller than him. He pointed at the vanished milk and stared at me. This little guy was the 8th person from Leaf Village who attacked the flood dragon earlier. I got caught in the act. Of course, it was awkward. But I still shamelessly spoke up. "You don't get this beast milk. Let your big bro drink it for you." After that, I left some snacks behind, then dashed off right away. The little guy watched me run away, then glanced at the missing pot of milk. Totally crushed. He had no idea what those snacks were. He just knew his beast milk got stolen right in front of him. Now he was going to be hungry for a meal. Soon he let out a loud wail that echoed through all of Leaf Village. When the villagers arrived, they realized the little guy's beast milk had been snatched. Some of them were furious and cursed out loud, "Who the hell did this? Even kids' milk gets stolen? No morals at all. Better hope we don't catch you, or we won't let you go." But when they saw the snacks I left, their attitude changed immediately. A bunch of villagers started pleading on my behalf. "Well, at least he left some snacks. So he's not totally heartless. Let's just make another pot for the kid." Then they set up a big pot again and started boiling beast milk. But right now, the little guy was so hungry his stomach was growling. Not only did he miss out on the milk, the villagers weren't taking his side either. He felt seriously wronged. So he kept bawling and nearly turned the whole village upside down. This made the villagers start complaining about me again. "You left snacks for the kid, but you took the whole pot. So shameless." But I had no idea taking a pot of beast milk would cause such chaos in Leaf Village. Curious, I looked at the milk. Time to see what's so special about it. I picked up the pot and took a sip of the beast milk. Right away, a burning heat spread from my stomach, radiating out to my whole body. I was thrilled. Wow. Who knew this milk had effects like this? It not only strengthens the body, but even boosts a cultivator's talent. No wonder that little guy's so freaky. Nope. After the auction, I need to get another pot. I never expected such a small village could make beast milk this potent. Compared to Spring Sky, it can't match the potency of dragon transformation liquid. But that's just too rare these days. While in Leaf Village, you can boil up pot after pot of beast milk. I muttered softly. Since this milk is so powerful, if only I had the recipe. I'll check Leaf Village after the auction. With that, I headed straight to the Sacred Source Chamber of Commerce. Everyone attending the auction gets a black robe to cover their face, all for protecting each cultivator's identity. I entered the auction hall and picked a spot in the corner. Soon the auction officially started. First up was Gale Palm, a top-tier martial art. A lot of cultivators started bidding right away. But I wasn't interested. The techniques I practice now are the very best in the world. So something like this palm technique doesn't appeal to me at all. I came to the auction for just one thing: the fragment of the immortal medicine. As the auction continued, items were revealed one after another. I didn't bid even once, until a prized herb was presented for bidding. An old auctioneer on stage introduced it. This item is called dragon root, a valuable herb that's hundreds of years old. Just eat a small piece of its root, and a man will be full of energy all day long. It's a magic herb for happy couples. Starting price is 3,000 spirit stones. Each bid can't be less than 100 spirit stones. Loads of cultivators jumped in to raise the price. In no time, the value of this dragon root surged to 7,000 spirit stones. In the center of the auction hall, a petite young lady looked at the tall figure beside her. Her voice was bright and pleasant to hear. "Uncle, this piece of dragon root is truly special. You have to get it." Liang coughed a few times. "Careful, niece. Your uncle's healthy as a dragon and tiger. Doesn't need this kind of herb at all. Though he really does struggle in that area. What man would admit to being weak? Especially not to his own niece. So even if he really wanted the dragon root, he forced himself not to bid for it, or his secret would be out." To his surprise, his niece actually urged him to bid for it. Now that's awkward. Liang Shi spoke seriously. "Uncle, this herb looks like dragon root, but it's actually the remnant root of an ancient medicine. It's been around for thousands of years." Liang Heng's face changed. What? He never doubted his niece. Not for a second. After all, she was born with golden eyes, so she could see through everything's true nature. He secretly breathed a sigh of relief. So, his niece didn't find out about his weakness. She discovered a treasure. In that case, I have to win it. Liang Heng didn't hesitate. He bid high right away. 10,000 spirit stones. The whole hall went silent. The auctioneer instantly got excited. 10,000 spirit stones. Any higher offers? I frowned. The bidder must be from the Liang family. But as for this immortal medicine remnant, I have to win it. So I immediately raised my number. 11,000 spirit stones. Liang Heng bid again, 12,000. Everyone gasped in shock. And all eyes turned to me, curious if I'd keep going. At this point, I could only raise it to 13,000 spirit stones. The whole place went silent. Only the auctioneer was over the moon. Just as Liang Heng was about to bid again, the petite figure stopped him. Liang Shi fixed her golden eyes on her uncle. Checking him with her golden eyes, she saw his strength was only at the second true spirit level. She'd planned to give him a chance, but he still didn't appreciate it. So be it. Let's not bid this round. We'll get rid of it after leaving the auction. Liang Heng nodded. Alright, I'll leave it to uncle. In the end, I bought the Panlong root for 13,000 spirit stones. I whispered. Their family didn't bid anymore. Guess they've set their sights on me. Once I put the Panlong root into my storage ring, I didn't hesitate at all. I turned and left right away. As for the next items, I wasn't interested anymore. In others' eyes, maybe I'm just a fool who spent 13,000 spirit stones on a Panlong root. But I really don't care. Because this leftover piece of immortal medicine, it's worth way more than just 13,000 spirit stones. Even 130,000 spirit stones would be worth it. If I can actually grow an immortal medicine, its value would be unimaginable. Liang Shi and Liang Heng saw me leave, so they got up and left the auction as well. After exiting the auction house, I walked straight toward the city gate. With my cultivation of Big Eye Divine Technique, my spiritual power surged. My senses improved a ton. So I quickly noticed. Liang Shi and Liang Heng were following me. But since I already got the immortal medicine remnant, fighting others means nothing now. I acted normal and kept moving. But the moment I stepped out the gate, with its swish, my figure instantly vanished. Liang Shi and Liang Heng sped up to the gate, but found I was already gone. Liang Shi's eyes were full of disbelief. Liang Heng was shocked by my disappearance too. They never thought I'd be this fast. Liang Shi spoke with killing intent in his voice. Uncle, that ancient medicine remnant is special. We have to take it back. Liang Heng lowered his head and pondered for a bit. Xiao Shi, did you use your golden eye earlier to see that person's face? Liang Shi sounded very proud. The black robe from Xingyuan auction blocks others' probes. But nothing blocks my golden eye. What did that person look like? I saw clearly. Liang Shi's eyes flashed cold. Alright, I'll let the family know right away. We'll issue a bounty order. No matter how fast he is, he can't escape our Liang family's grasp. It didn't take long. Liang family's hunt for me was in full swing. Lots of cultivators started searching for me. And I became a celebrity in Fuling Prefecture. After shaking off Liang Shi and Liang Heng, I made my way back to Yi Village. Yi Village was filled with crying. Looking around, all I saw were bodies covered in white cloth. The battle between Yi Village and Mu Village was brutal. Both sides suffered heavy losses. I muttered to myself. Now Yi Village is drowning in grief. It's a good chance to really talk with the chief. Before long, people of Yi Village surrounded me. Their eyes were full of caution. A burly middle-aged man came up to me directly. Who are you? Why are you in Yi Village? The pressure was like a mountain weighing on me. I ignored it. I explained why I was here. I'm here to bring snacks to Yi Village. But I need to meet your chief first. The middle-aged man looked at me deeply, then turned and left. It wasn't long before An old man with a goatee walked up to me. He's Chief Yishan of Yi Village. Yishan squinted his eyes, checking me out. There's no free lunch from the sky. You say you're bringing snacks, but why? I didn't beat around the bush. I'll just be straightforward. I'm interested in your village's milk recipe. Yishan waved his hand to refuse. The milk recipe is Yi Village's secret. We won't sell it, no matter how many snacks. If you have no other business, you can leave now. I sincerely tried to persuade the chief. You live by hunting? But with so many wounded, you need snacks to heal. And you can't go hunting now. How will you get by day to day? Yishan wavered, but still refused. No need for you to worry. We will never sell our milk recipe. You can leave now. Seeing I was about to be kicked out, I suddenly shouted, 100,000 spirit stones. Chief Yishan froze, then quickly understood. Yishan tried to stay calm. I want 150,000 spirit stones. The villagers gasped when they heard that. Everyone thought the chief went insane. How could he ask 150,000 for a milk recipe? I looked disappointed. 150,000 is too much. I only have 110,000 right now. Guess I can't buy the milk recipe. I finished and pretended to leave. The villagers kept looking at Chief Yishan. Yishan quickly agreed. Wait, 110,000 is fine. And just like that, I got the milk recipe. After the deal, both sides were all smiles. 110,000 spirit stones is a fortune for Yi Village. They can take care of the wounded, and won't have to worry for a long time. Now I'll have a steady supply of beast milk. My body and cultivation will keep improving. After chatting with the chief, Chief Yishan realized. I'm the one who snatched the pot of beast milk, making Little Dot cry last time. But I'm now a VIP in Yi Village. So that's all in the past. Yishan was about to serve me beast milk warmly. Luckily, a pot was cooking. The smell was everywhere. A little kid was guarding the pot. His chubby pink face was full of anticipation. He was about to get his beast milk. Last time, Little Dot missed out because he wasn't by the pot, and the bad guy took it. This time, he won't let that happen again. Just then, footsteps were heard. It was Chief Yishan. Yishan lovingly picked up Little Dot. My precious grandson, why are you here? Little Dot replied in a cute voice. Grandpa, last time a bad guy took my beast milk. This time, I'll never let the bad guy get it. If another 3-year-old said that, it'd be funny for sure. But Little Dot is different. He can really protect the beast milk. Yishan felt a bit embarrassed. Grandson, we have a very important guest. Grandpa wants to serve him beast milk. Little Dot gave a sweet smile. Okay, Grandpa. Then Little Dot grabbed a big bowl. He was about to get beast milk, but hesitated. This bowl seems really big. Little Dot looked at Grandpa. Yishan switched to a smaller bowl. But it still feels kinda big. Finally, Little Dot brought out a tiny cup. She filled this tiny cup with longevity milk. Just enough for a kid to take one sip. Little Dot held the tiny cup full of longevity milk. Okay, Grandpa. Yishan looked at Little Dot. He suddenly felt really touched. Wow, my eldest grandkid is so thoughtful. In the end, Yishan patted Little Dot's little head. He just took the whole pot away. Little Dot watched Grandpa leave holding the pot. Her world came crashing down again. Crash. The tiny cup in her hand fell to the floor. What Little Dot meant was, she wanted Yishan to use the milk in the tiny cup to treat guests. But Yishan misunderstood. He took the whole pot of longevity milk instead. Little Dot burst into tears again. Meanwhile, over here, I was enjoying the longevity milk. After a while, I bowed to Yishan to say goodbye. Thanks for hosting me, village chief. Yishan smiled. No problem. Come visit again when you can. This time, both sides were really happy. Except for Little Dot. Her world had fallen apart. Especially when Little Dot saw me turn to leave. She instantly realized I was the one who took her longevity milk. Little Dot gritted her baby teeth. When I grow up, I won't let you off the hook. Day 2. Morning. Today's info 1. Your face has been exposed to Liangshi's golden eyes. The Liang family is now hunting you. Fuling County isn't safe anymore. Today's info 2. The Liang family's ancestor once stole the 5-colored earth, a treasure from Sword God Mountain. This gave the Liang family a solid foundation for rising up. The 5-colored earth location is confirmed. Click to see info 1. I frowned. So that person had golden eyes. No wonder I felt like I was being watched. My eyes flashed. If you play dirty, don't blame me for being ruthless. You dare to hunt me? Then I'll just take your golden eyes. Good thing golden eyes is also a special body type. And 5-colored earth is a treasure just as rare as Xiang. If Sword God Mountain found out that the Liang family stole their 5-colored earth, the Liang family would definitely be doomed. In Fuling County, the Liang family is basically the local tyrant. But Sword God Mountain is the strongest force in Guizhou. Compared to Sword God Mountain, the Liang family is nothing. So now that I know their five-colored earth secret, I've got their fate in my hands. When the time comes, I'll get the five-colored earth first. Then leak this secret out. I muttered. First, let's go to that weapons shop. And pick up the mysterious ancient sword. Get it in my hands, then decide what's next. Next, I got up and headed to the 100 Refinements weapons shop. The place smelled strongly of metal. 2 rows of weapons hung on the wall. A burly guy stood behind the counter. He was quietly polishing a rusty knife. He was Tai Sanhu, the owner of 100 Refinements weapons shop. Tai Sanhu looked up. Not sure what kind of weapon the guest wants. I looked around. Just browsing. Tai Sanhu chuckled. I bow my head and wipe the blade again. Right after, I glanced over to a bamboo basket in the corner. There were a dozen nearly ruined swords in it. When I put my hand on one of them, I suddenly felt a strong force rejecting me. I kept calm. I grabbed the hilt firmly and took it out of the basket. Boss, how much for this sword? Tai Sanhu stared at the sword in my hand. He frowned. Did I make this sword? I've never seen it before. He felt a bit confused. That sword wasn't here yesterday. Maybe he just forgot. But since it's just lying in the corner, it probably isn't a good sword anyway. Tai Sanhu raised 5 fingers. 5 spirit stones, and it's yours. But right then, a hurried voice shouted out. Wait, I want that sword. I tossed 5 spirit stones at Tai Sanhu. Go ask your uncle. Before I finished speaking, I slipped away. I didn't even need to look, I knew who it was. Must be Yi Gang from Sword God Mountain. Now I already made a deal with Tai Sanhu. Plus, the sword was in my hand. If I still argued with Yi Gang now, that'd be just stupid. So trade done. I just ran. Seeing this, Yi Gang rushed after me like a drawn sword. He chased right after me. Damn it, you think you can escape from me? Dream on. He came to the weapon shop. Because he heard the news. A sacred sword from Sword God Mountain was here. But someone got ahead of him. Even more important. Judging by his reaction, he definitely knew the sword's real worth. If that's the case, he can't let this guy go. Yi Gang would never let Sword God Mountain's sword be taken by anyone else. Tai Sanhu's face changed again and again. He watched what just happened. Then looked at the 5 spirit stones in his hand. Did I sell it too cheap? But that sword isn't even mine. Forget it. Though, what sword was that anyway? How much is it actually worth? Tai Sanhu frowned deeply. He was really curious. Then footsteps sounded. Tai Sanhu looked up again. Yi Gang had returned with a gloomy look. Yi Gang was so close to getting that sacred sword. He was right near it. Was about to get it. But someone beat him to it. Worst of all, even after using Sword God Mountain's best movement skill, he could only watch the guy get further and further, until he finally disappeared. So Yi Gang had to come back to the shop, hoping to find some clue. Yi Gang's voice was icy. Do you know that guy? Tai Sanhu asked curiously. Customer, can you tell me first? What's so special about that sword? Yi Gang gave a cold laugh. That's our Sword God Mountain sword. Got it? Tai Sanhu was suddenly scared. He didn't dare ask more. Knowing too much sometimes could mean trouble. He's just a small shop owner. No matter what, he can't afford to mess with Sword God Mountain. Yi Gang was getting annoyed. Do you know who that guy is or not? Tai Sanhu spread his hands and spoke helplessly. Customer, it's his first time here. I don't know him at all. Yi Gang was so angry he drew his sword. Why do you dare waste so much time with me then? Tai Sanhu looked at the furious Yi Gang. Suddenly had a flash of insight. Like he remembered something. Wait, he seems familiar. Tai Sanhu ran straight into the back room. Came out with a wanted poster. The sketch looked just like me. Tai Sanhu pointed at the poster. That's him. Yi Gang stared at my sketch. Recognized me as the one who took the sacred sword. Now that he knew what I looked like, things just got easier. Once he tells his master, I won't be able to escape. While I already changed my appearance. Came to a desolate area. According to the system, the 5-color earth is 500 meters underground. But I searched everywhere within 10 miles. Still couldn't find the entrance. I frowned. Maybe the entrance is even farther. When will I ever find it? The Liang family did everything they could to hide the 5-color earth. They couldn't keep it inside their family compound. And couldn't guard it too obviously. So they hid it somewhere else. Even if the news leaks, Liang family can always deny it. All in all, for the Liang family, the 5-color earth must stay secret. I muttered softly. If that's the case, I need to catch Golden Eyes. Force him to tell me where the entrance is. So I went straight to Fuling City. Honestly. as the Liang family's base. Fuling City is really lively. The streets were packed with people. I disguised myself and went to the Liang family mansion. A few spirit stones later, I got info on Golden Eyes, Liangshi. Pretty soon, Liangshi would attend a gathering. It's the perfect time to target Liangshi. No one would expect it. Here I am, wanted by the Liang family. Still bold enough to come here. And even planning to go after Miss Liang. I was about to make my move on her. Soon, I finally saw Liangshi. Liangshi wore a pomegranate red dress with double sleeves. The hem touched the floor, and her makeup was flawless. She looked just like a maid from a painting. Stunningly beautiful. With a group of guards, Liangshi got into a carriage, heading to her gathering. Quickly, they arrived at Qingfang Garden. I had already sneaked in and found an opportunity. Blocked Liangshi in her makeup room. A golden light flashed in Liangshi's eyes. She instantly saw through my disguise. You? How daring you are. You came right to me. Aren't you afraid of dying? I stayed calm. I won't die. Whether your Liang family dies depends on you. You don't want anything bad to happen to your family, right? Liangshi stared at my confident look. Suddenly felt something bad. What do you mean? I spoke calmly. The Liang family rose fast. Because of the five-color earth. You know where it came from. No need for me to explain. Liangshi's pupils shrank. I have no idea what you're talking about. I gave a slight smile. Really? Then I'll just leak the news. And don't think killing me solves it. If I die, the news will get out too. As soon as I finished, I turned to leave. Liangshi asked in a deep voice. Wait. Who exactly are you? How do you know the secret of the five-color earth? What are you after? I'm not beating around the bush. Of course, I'm after your Liang family's five-color earth. So, Miss Liang, please tell me the entrance to the five-color earth. Liangshi's voice was icy. No way. I showed a look of impatience. Then I'll just leak the news. Once the Sword God Mountain guys show up, your Liang family will be done for. So, your family's fate is in your hands now. Liangshi finally lowered her head. Alright. In the end, I got the location of the entrance. It was actually in the Liang ancestors' mausoleum. 50 miles from where I searched. No wonder I couldn't find it. Liangshi glared at me fiercely. The entrance location? You already know it. Hope you keep your word. Otherwise, even if my Liang family is destroyed, I'll drag you down with us. My face darkened. I sized up Liangshi's body and started walking closer step by step. You're still threatening me? That's really pissing me off. Liangshi's face changed. She covered her chest with both hands and kept stepping back until I cornered her against the wall. What are you trying to do? I let out a cold laugh. You made me mad. You have to pay for that. Or your Liang family is toast. Get what I mean? Liangshi shouted sharply. You're shameless. But under my threat, she didn't dare fight back at all. A while later, Liangshi was gone. My eyes flickered with a golden light. I had reached the third level of the true spirit realm. Liangshi vanished, causing a huge stir right away. The whole Liang family was shocked. Because Liangshi knows the secret of the five-color earth, they can't let her get out. And at this moment, I'd already arrived at the Liang family mausoleum. Based on the info I got from Liangshi, I easily dodged the tomb guards and slipped into the entrance to the five-color earth. After trekking 50 miles underground, I finally saw the legendary five-color earth. Deep inside the dark tunnel, the Liang family put it on a stone platform. The five colors are clear and separate, like five beautiful gems, perfectly fused by the hands of heaven. Gold, green, blue, red, and yellow swirl together, shining with a soft glow. This is the legendary treasure. It holds the power of the five elements. If buried in the earth, it can even make common grass become holy medicine. I didn't hesitate at all. I grabbed the five-color earth right away and headed back fast. But when I reached the entrance, a group of people came bearing down on me. A man in a purple robe, with a serious face, gave orders to his men. Wait here. I'll be right back. With that, he walked straight toward the entrance. This was the Liang family head, Liang Hui. The Liang family all nodded. Seeing this, I quickly used the Devour Heaven art, hiding my own presence, and hid in a corner. Luckily, Liang Hui was focused on the treasure and didn't notice me. My face turned serious. Soon, Liang Hui would find out the five-color earth was gone. I had to hurry and get out fast. The Liang family runs all of Fuling County, with plenty of strong fighters. If I fight head-on, I'm dead for sure. So I hid my aura and quietly moved toward the outside. Then, with a whoosh, my whole body turned into a black shadow, rushing out of the mausoleum. There's a spatial node close by. As long as I reach it, I'll be safe. But the Liang family crew is way stronger than me. And they found me in no time. Good, that's the aura with nothing left behind. Catch him. Don't let him get away. Liang family's people were about to close in on me. But suddenly, everything changed. Out of nowhere, a white figure flew in riding a sword, joining the chase after me. Yi Gang stood on a long sword and pointed right at me, being hunted below. Master Gujian. He's got the ancient sword. An elder with white hair and beard, with sword energy rising sky high, looked surprised. He's using the Xing secret art. No wonder he's this fast. That was Yi Gang's master, Yan Daily. As for the Liang family members, when they saw these sword god mountain cultivators flying in, every face turned dark. The moment they showed up, the Liang family almost freaked out, thinking their secret about the five-color earth was out. But their target was me. The Liang family couldn't believe it. How did this guy piss off Sword God Mountain? Dude's got guts. Yan Daily's voice boomed with crazy pressure. Stop now. Give up and surrender. Or don't blame me for being ruthless. I shouted. The five-color earth Sword God Mountain once was stolen by the Liang family. You should deal with them first. At that moment, the willow vine bracelet on my wrist gave off a faint flash. Yan Daily's overwhelming pressure hadn't hit me yet, when it disappeared like a breeze. The Liang family heard this, and they freaked out. What they feared most happened. The Sword God Mountain people also stared coldly at the Liang family. Yan Daily looked at me in shock. He knew exactly how strong his pressure was. Even a tiny true spirit realm, or a divine bridge practitioner, couldn't handle it. But it didn't work on this kid at all. He must have some powerful talisman from a big shot. The Liang family kept defending themselves. We're being framed. Yan Daily ignored them. The Liang family can't escape. But for now, catching this punk comes first. In a flash, a fierce sword aura blasted a big hole right next to me. Yan Daily was sending me a warning. If I didn't stop, the next sword strike would be aimed at me. But I wasn't giving up. The spatial node's just ahead. If I reach it, I'll get away. Yan Daily's eyes instantly flashed, swinging his sword again. If you keep running, don't blame me this time. But I wasn't scared at all. I sounded totally defiant. You wanna catch me? Dream on. Then, my figure vanished right before everyone. Yan Dao's face was extremely gloomy. He sensed the spatial node too. But he didn't dare go over. First, the spatial node is very dangerous. You could easily be torn apart by spatial storms. Second, he suspects I have strong backing. At this moment, Yan Dao was furious. It's bad enough not to catch the guy. He's a proud elder of Sword God Mountain. And yet he even got insulted. Most importantly, he has no way to deal with me. If word gets out, his whole reputation will be ruined. Yi Gang stared at where I disappeared. His eyes were full of confusion. Master, how did that guy vanish? Seeing it was his disciple asking, Yan Dao tried hard to hold back his anger. He forced himself to explain patiently. There's a spatial node here. He has a special item. It lets him pass through the spatial node to get somewhere else. Yi Gang was totally unwilling. Master, what about that ancient sword? Yan Dao looked very unhappy. You're putting the sword ahead of your master's safety? Yi Gang's face instantly turned pale. He realized he spoke wrong because he cared too much about the sword. Of course not. Yan Dao's voice turned icy. The Liang family stole our five-colored earth from Sword God Mountain. They deserve death. We should just kill them all. Everyone from Sword God Mountain nodded. Sure enough, the Liang family started begging loudly. But they still couldn't escape their fate. Yi Gang looked at all the blood on the ground. But the anger in his heart just wouldn't fade. He was just one step away from the ancient sword before. But someone suddenly snatched it away. That was bad enough. He thought his master could catch that person and get the sword back. Now they did find him. But the sword couldn't be recovered. Even his master was helpless. Yi Gang clenched his fists tightly. Just wait, whoever you are. One day I'll find you. Meanwhile, I had already returned to Shenzhou. This trip to Guizhou was dangerous. But I gained a lot. The immortal medicine remnant root and beast milk recipe, and the five-colored bucket. They're all extraordinary items. But while escaping from the Liang family and Sword God Mountain, I spent a lot of stamina and magic power. After a night of rest and meditation, my body finally recovered to its peak. Today's news, Master Thief White's lucky break. He managed to steal a mechanism treasure box. Inside is a powerful sword manual. For the password to the treasure box, click here. Today's news, Part 2. Duanyan Village robbed a trade caravan today and got a 9-orifice exquisite bone. After hearing this news, a big smile appeared on my face. I just got the ancient sword. And now I've obtained a powerful sword manual. Not bad. After that, I first sprinkled the 5-colored earth around the thunderstruck wood. Then I buried the immortal medicine remnant root in the soil. At that moment, the willow branch on the thunderstruck wood grew again. Its vitality became even stronger. And the immortal medicine remnant root also started to recover on its own. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I always feel like the remnant root is scared of the thunderstruck wood. Or maybe it's trying to please it. Afterwards, I gave the beast milk recipe to Wanyue. And told her to make sure we have beast milk every meal. That way, beast milk will keep making us stronger. And improve our cultivation. Finally, I took out the ancient sword. The blade was almost split in two. The break looks like it was split by sheer force. It's badly rusted. The sword handle seems extraordinary. Sadly, time has worn it down to just half. Near the guard, there are shallow carvings. They spell out "Only Me Sword." The strokes are so worn, they're barely visible. I frowned and thought. So this ancient sword is called Only Me Sword. But I have no idea where it came from. And in its current state, how can it possibly help Yigang reach the top? Suddenly, I was struck with an idea. Back when I was in my family, I'd heard about some special weapons. They were all raised by cultivators' own power and flesh. Nurtured with their spirit. The stronger the cultivator, the stronger the weapon they nurtured. If that's the case, I just put the Only Me sword into my spirit sea, letting my power keep nurturing it inside me. And that's exactly what happened. Once infused with my power, the Only Me sword soaked it up like rain in a drought, constantly absorbing my energy, healing itself. At the same time, the bond between the sword and me grew deeper and deeper. After doing all this, I finally set out for Duanyun's stronghold. The stronghold sits atop a lone peak, steep as if sliced by an axe. Half of it disappears into the clouds. Over 100 tough guys train in the arena. Their punches roar with force. The scene is pretty intimidating. I didn't barge into the stronghold. Instead, I killed a bandit. And switched into his clothes. That way I snuck in. I followed the bandits around, doing odd jobs. While checking out the place. Then my brow twitched. I saw up at the highest lookout. One bandit respectfully handed a jade-like bone to the boss, Shi Jinshan. The bandit looked thrilled. Turns out, when Shi Jinshan was counting their loot, he found this treasure bone. So his men brought it right over for him to see. Shi Jinshan looked surprised. Is this really the legendary 9-aperture Linglong bone? He examined the palm-sized bone carefully. It fit right in his hand. He seemed impressed. He really felt blessed by the heavens. With this bone, he'd be more than just another debt collector. At this point, Shi Jinshan was full of ambition, ready to conquer the world. He dreamed of being supreme. Just as Shi Jinshan was imagining becoming stronger. With the 9-aperture Linglong bone, a figure flashed by like lightning. Next thing he knew, the bone was gone from his hand. He stared at his empty palm. He realized instantly. Shi Jinshan flew into a rage. Someone catch that damn thief. I want to skin him alive. Rip him to pieces. He just got the Linglong bone. Was ready to soar like an eagle and claim the land. But it was snatched away before he could even enjoy it. It's like someone slapped the king himself. As the leader here, he's always the one robbing others. He never thought he'd be the one getting robbed. It's humiliating. At his shout, all the bandits started chasing me. But how could they ever catch someone like me with top-level skills? They could only watch me escape. Shi Jinshan roared. Find out who he is. How dare he take my stuff? He's looking to die. One bandit asked helplessly. Boss, we didn't even see what he looked like. How do we find him? Shi Jinshan exploded with anger. And kicked that bandit away. I don't care what you do. Even if you die, you better find him. At that moment, all the bandits were too scared to say a word. Shi Jinshan was fuming. Suddenly, he looked like he was in pain. He spit out a mouthful of blood. My Linglong bone. He passed out from anger right after. By then, I was already back at the courtyard. Wanyue blinked her big, pretty eyes. And looked at me curiously. Young master, what made you so happy? I smiled with satisfaction. I picked up a treasure today. I'm skipping lunch. Got to study it closely. With that, I went straight to my room. And pulled out the Linglong bone. On the bone, you could see 9 curved holes. Soft starlight shimmered between each aperture. This bone is a real treasure for anyone cultivating. Most people absorb spirit power slowly. Like a tiny stream. But with the Linglong bone in your spirit sea, it's like opening all the gates at once. It draws in energy from everywhere. What's more, there's a mystic formation inside the bone. While practicing, it automatically filters impurities. And refines your power to the purest state. Next, I merged the Linglong bone with my energy center. My cultivation speed shot up. Even my power felt filtered. It got way purer. Suddenly, there was a cracking sound. The wall between levels broke. I soared straight to Spirit Realm level 4. The best part is, I could clearly sense, even if I did nothing, I'd soon reach Spirit Realm level 5. Right then, a whole day had already passed. Today's intel, at Jufeng Restaurant, South City. They'll buy a bunch of red feather chickens tomorrow. There's a rare treasure chicken among them. Intel 2, tonight, Wanyue was spotted at the South City market. And caught the eye of a genius with the Qiyang sacred body. He plans to do something bad. My brow shot up. The treasure chicken is super rare and tasty. I wonder if it's male or female. If it's a rooster, I'll cook it. If it's a hen, I'll raise it for eggs. But seeing the second intel, I sneered. Someone's actually after Wanyue. Let's see who dares mess with my woman. So I went straight to the South City market. Wanyue had no idea she got targeted, and was picking out ingredients carefully. Meanwhile, a slimy-looking follower nearby said to the young master next to him, "Master, young master, this girl is really nice. But too bad she's not a virgin anymore. Otherwise, she could have been your concubine." The young master looked cold and ruthless. What a shameless woman. I'll just make her my furnace. Go bring her over. That was Aoju, a top genius with the Qiyang sacred body. The lackey agreed right away, and walked up to Wanyue. "Miss, my young master invites you." Wanyue looked where he pointed, but saw nothing. She just felt confused. The follower scratched his head, puzzled. Weird, where did my young master go? He looked around and scanned the area, but didn't see a trace of his master. Young master, don't scare me. What he didn't know was, his young master had already left Goofing City, and I'd thrown him into a hidden cave. Aoju stared at me, dead serious. "Who are you?" Killing intent fills my mind. "If you touch my woman, you'll die." Aoju quickly raised his hand. "Wait, when did I touch your woman? I'm the third young master of the Ao family from Luoxin Valley. Isn't there some kind of misunderstanding here?" I sneered. "So what if you're from the Ao family of Luoxin Valley?" Before I finished speaking, I grabbed Aoju by the neck, unleashed my devourer technique, absorbed his Qiyang holy body. Aoju's face twisted in pain. "You can't do this." Aoju only felt his source energy rushing into my body. Terrified, he tried to bring up his backers again. "If you kill me, the Ao family will never let you go." But I just looked calm. His threats meant nothing to me. In the end, I completely devoured Aoju's Qiyang holy body. My cultivation rose to Spirit Realm, level 5. As for Aoju's little followers, I killed them too. I muttered softly. Now it's time to look for By the Thief. Meanwhile, in the ruined temple on Mount Dayu, By the Thief proudly pointed to the treasures. Like a golden bamboo and a jade bracelet, plus some pills for cultivation. "These are my haul these days." A disciple peeked over curiously. "Hey master, I heard you also scored a really intricate treasure box. Can you show us?" By the Thief glanced around, checking for safety, before pulling out the treasure box. "Alright, I'll let you guys see it. This puzzle box has 8 faces, carved with Taodai patterns all over, and ancient script etched on the bottom. It opens and closes in cycles. Sometimes when your finger touches it, you can feel tiny grooves in the lines. Seems like some kind of combo lock." As a master thief, By the Thief had learned a bit about mechanisms. But he still couldn't open this box. If he used brute force, it would self-destruct. That's exactly why By the Thief figured there must be something amazing inside. One disciple stared and gasped. "This is just unbelievable." Another disciple asked, "If the box is this intricate, what's inside must be out of this world." All the disciples gasped in awe. "Master, when can you open it? Let us see what's inside." By the Thief held up 3 fingers. "This box is way too complex. It'll take me at least 3 days." But in truth, he had no idea how to open it. He just said that to save face as a master. Even if he couldn't do it in time, he could always make up an excuse later. After showing off the puzzle box, By the Thief got ready to put it away. But right then, whoosh, the box vanished from his hand. By the Thief looked at his empty hand, frozen for a second. Then he started cursing. "Not again. You think I'm a pushover?" By the Thief instantly chased after it. He'd recently broken through in his cultivation, so his lightning step technique had improved a lot. By the Thief was determined to show them. He's no slouch. But after just a few hundred meters, he suddenly stopped. A helpless look spread across his face. The culprit was already gone. By the Thief threw out his arms, crying out in frustration, "Can't keep up at all. Why do you always target the stuff I care about? Why are you always after me, damn it? Why can't I catch a break?" He headed back to the ruined temple, even thinking maybe it's time to move. It's a pain always being targeted. But the temple was suddenly buzzing with noise. All his disciples were fighting inside the temple, as if someone was snatching something. One disciple clutched a bottle. "This is mine." Another tried to grab it. "Let me have a sip." The thief walked into the chaos and saw the mess. He nearly lost his temper. "What are you doing? Stop it, all of you. First the box got stolen, and there's nothing I can do about it." He was already upset. And now even his disciples were misbehaving. The disciples fell silent. When the thief returned, he looked annoyed. "What were you fighting over?" A disciple timidly raised a bottle of beast milk and said cautiously, "It's beast milk, master." Hearing that, the thief flew into a rage. "Seriously? Over this? Have I ever treated any of you badly? Fighting over a bottle of milk?" He thought it was something valuable. But it was just a bottle of milk. "I mean, come on. Even if you drank it every day, it wouldn't bother me." But these useless disciples still fought like mad over a bottle of milk. That made him furious. The disciples quickly explained. "This bottle of beast milk is different from normal ones, master." The thief glared. "Still, it's just milk. What, is it from some ancient beast or something?" A disciple bravely stepped forward. "Master, how about you try it first?" He handed the milk to the thief. The thief snorted and took the bottle. "Let's see what's so special about this milk. If I catch you lying to me, I'll make you pay." He took a sip, and his eyes went wide. He stared at the half-empty bottle. That sip actually boosted his body and talent. He felt stronger right away. Plus, the taste of this milk was way better than normal beast milk. The thief chugged the rest. Moments later, impurities started leaving his body through his pores. A stench filled the whole temple right away. The disciples all fled outside for fresh air and looked back at the temple, still shaken. The thief was using his powers to quickly refine the milk he drank. Soon he realized with delight that his body had improved a lot. Even channeling energy was easier than before. Most important of all, he could clearly feel his talent rising. He was already past his prime and growing weaker with age. The highest he could reach in this life was level 5 in mystic arts. Spirit realm? Not a chance. But after drinking this milk, he felt hopeful again. Maybe he could break into spirit realm. He called out to the disciples outside the temple. "Where did this milk come from?" A disciple answered honestly. "Master, when you chased after that shadow just now, show milk appeared." Xiaozai remembered how tasty and powerful the show milk was. He felt a strong craving inside. Last time, that person took the Lingxi secret realm teleportation talisman, but left some snacks behind. This time, they stole the mechanism treasure box and left a bottle of beast milk. If I manage to steal another treasure, will that person leave me something even more valuable? I'm not greedy. Just drinking as much of this beast milk as I want would be enough. By that time, forget true spirit realm. Maybe I could even reach an even higher level. It's not impossible. He used to think his life would just be like this. But now, his future was just starting. Xiaozai fell into a beautiful daydream. He even had a silly grin on his face. On the other side, I had already returned to the small courtyard with the mechanism treasure box. The reason I left show milk for Xiaozai was because I want to make him stronger. That way, he could steal from even stronger cultivators. You could say it's a kind of investment. Next, I used the code and opened the treasure box. Inside was a jade slip the size of my thumb. It glowed softly. I picked up the jade slip and placed it on my forehead. A rush of information poured right into my mind. 3-kill sword manual. First kill, blood prison flames the sky. When the sword is drawn, blood red energy soars up. Wherever it goes, all life in a 10-mile radius is wiped out. Second kill, soul severing shatter spirit. The sword's force is fierce. It can tear an enemy's spirit apart. Third kill, eternal silence. This is the ultimate strike of the sword technique. It draws on the power of death in the world and turns it into a gray blade of light. Wherever it passes, it's like time stands still and everything is wiped out. To train in this sword art, you need great control. Once you use it, it becomes a world-ending move. Of course, this sword technique uses up a lot of power too, and it demands a really strong weapon. If you use a normal weapon, it'll get smashed to bits before you even strike. Then I entered the virtual realm to train. This time, I went straight into the second level dream. It burns through 10,000 spirit stones per hour. Time flows 144 times faster. So, if I practice for 4 hours in the dream, it equals 48 days in the real world. On top of that, with my crazy talent now, in just one night, I mastered the first kill, blood prison flames the sky. Right in the dream. The moment I opened my eyes, A flash of blood-red light shot from my eyes. That fierce sword intent was all pulled into my body. Today's info: Li Yu, a young beggar in North City, while begging with his little sister, found a blood bodhi. To find Li Yu's location, click here. Today's info 2, Lihua Palace disciple Shen Yaoyue will pass through Gufeng City tomorrow. She'll buy from a street vendor for just 3 spirit stones. Found a piece of jewelry worth 50,000 spirit stones. Tap here for the vendor's location. Blood bodhi not only heals cultivators' injuries, it can also boost your cultivation. It's a treasure all cultivators dream of. My eyes lit up. Jewelry worth 50,000 spirit stones. I have to get it. Let me get the blood bodhi first. Then head to Jufeng Garden Restaurant for the Bazhen chicken. Next, I went straight to the north of the city. This is a street in the north part of the city. 2 little beggars were huddled in a corner. Their clothes were patched all over. All gray and dirty. Couldn't even see the original color. The older brother was about 8 or 9 years old. And the little sister looked only 4 or 5. Both were skin and bones. Their faces were purple from the cold. They looked timidly at people passing by, eyes full of longing. Sometimes someone would walk by, and the brother would weakly start begging with his sister. Please, can you spare us some food? His voice was barely a whisper, almost lost in the wind. Most people hurried past, rarely stopping. The little sister lifted her dirty, yellowed face. Bro, I'm so cold and hungry. They hadn't eaten for 3 days, and their bodies were close to the limit. The brother looked down at his weak sister, tears silently streaming down. Hold on a little longer, sis. Someone kind will help us, you'll see. They came from a small mountain village. But this year there was a terrible drought. No harvest at all. They fled all the way to Gufeng City, losing their parents to illness on the road, leaving just the 2 siblings to struggle. They thought they'd at least get a bite after reaching Gufeng City. But reality was cruel. Now, they really couldn't hold on anymore. They even started seeing visions of their parents. Suddenly, a rich milky smell drifted over. The siblings twitched their noses, swallowing hard. I handed them a bottle of beast milk. Drink up, little beggars. Li Yu asked again to make sure. Is this really for us? I looked at the siblings in front of me. They nodded. Very soon, they finished the entire bottle of beast milk. Thanks to the milk, they regained all their energy and got much stronger. The siblings felt the changes in their bodies, thanking me over and over again. Thank you, benefactor. I helped them up. I asked Li Yu directly. On your way to Gufeng City, did you pick up anything? Hearing this, Li Yu pulled out a stone that glowed faint red. Yeah, I did pick something up. I thought the stone looked strange, so I just picked it up. If you want it, I'll give it to you. I weighed the glowing red stone in my hand and looked at the siblings. Seems like fate brought us together. This stone is useful to me, so I'll keep it. Let me give you 2 choices. 1, if you want to stay in Gufeng City, I'll buy you a little house, and you help me out with work. Or if you have relatives to go to, I'll give you some money, and hire someone to take you to them. Li Yu didn't even think about it, immediately making a choice. Thank you, benefactor. We haven't had family for a long time. We'd like to stay in Gufeng City. I nodded. Alright, follow me. I bought a small house next to mine, and let Li Yu and his sister move in. Then I tore down the wall between the yards to expand the courtyard. Now the yard has thunderstruck wood and some undying herb roots, as well as a taiga windstorm eagle. Next, I need to buy Bazhen chicken. There'll be more and more things in the yard soon, so it's a good time to expand. I turned to Wan Yu and said, Yu, set out 2 extra sets of bowls and chopsticks for meals from now on. Also, give Li Yu the chores in the yard and caring for the windstorm eagle. Wan Yu nodded. Yes, young master. I took out a basic cultivation manual and gave it to Li Yu. Here, this is a cultivation method, and both you and your sister can use it. Li Yu took the manual, and his body trembled a little. Growing up as a poor farm kid, his biggest wish was just to eat his fill every day. He never imagined he'd get to cultivate one day. Li Yu's eyes were red. Young master's kindness, my sister and I can never repay. We'll do anything for you, no matter how dangerous. I patted Li Yu on the shoulder. It's okay, go take a bath first. Then let Wan Yu take you to get new clothes. After making arrangements for Li Yu and his sister, I headed to Jufeng Garden Restaurant to get the Bazhen chicken. A staff member greeted me with a big smile. Please come inside, sir. I got right to the point. I heard you just got a new batch of red feather chickens. The server immediately looked apologetic. To be honest, all 100 red feathered chickens were already reserved. If you want one, you can reserve some from the next batch and pick it up later. I pulled out a gold ingot. Not even one left? The staff member was stunned. He looked at me awkwardly. Sir, this gold ingot is 3 years of my pay. But you still have to pay for the red feather chicken with spirit stones. I grumbled. Who said I want to use gold? Let me buy one, then let me in to pick it out. That gold ingot is yours. As for the chicken, I'll pay triple the price. Then I put the gold in the staff's hand. His eyes popped. He gulped staring at all that gold. And didn't hesitate a second longer, keeping the gold right away, and leading me to the restaurant's backyard. Sir, right this way, fire chicken. He pointed to a row of chicken coops. Sir, all the red feather chickens are here. Pick whichever you want. I spotted one instantly. I'll take that one. The server nodded. Sure thing. Then, he handed me the whole cage with the red feather chicken inside. After paying 30 spirit stones, I left the restaurant with the red feather chicken. The Bazhen chicken in the cage glared with sharp eyes, almost like it had gained intelligence. Earlier, it was wounded while being chased by a beast. By accident, it ran into a red feather chicken farm and disguised itself as a red feather chicken. Living there, it had free food and shelter. But just as it was healing up, it was sold to Jufeng Garden Restaurant. Being pretty smart, it knew exactly what happens after getting bought by a restaurant. Not wanting to end up as dinner, it planned to run away at night, but ended up being bought anyway. If it doesn't escape now, it's probably going to be cooked very soon. Suddenly, it felt the cage covered by a surge of pure magic power. It immediately felt a jolt. Did this person see through its disguise? Bazhen chicken knew well. To human cultivators, how precious it is. Countless cultivators want to eat it. A taste that's unmatched anywhere. He tested the chicken coop with a touch. Instantly, his magic bounced him back. Now the 8 treasures chicken got completely anxious. It started ramming the coop over and over, trying to escape, but with my pure magic sealing it. Everything the chicken did was pointless. I spoke in a flat tone. Relax, you're a hen. I won't kill you. But you have to lay eggs for me every day, got it? The 8 treasures chicken understood me. When I first said I wouldn't kill it, it instantly relaxed. But when it heard it had to lay eggs daily, it freaked out. The chicken flapped its wings, clucking loudly in protest. I frowned. So you want attitude, huh? If you don't settle down, I'll just stew you when you get back. The 8 treasures chicken went silent immediately. But you could see it wasn't happy. When I brought it into the yard, the chicken's eyes went wide. Other things aside, just the oxygen and the 5-colored earth made the spiritual energy in the yard rich. And that's exactly what the 8 treasures chicken loves. More importantly, it set its eyes on the thunderstruck wood, like it could transform by eating a leaf. But that's just wishful thinking. Reality is harsh. As soon as I let it out, the chicken rushed toward the thunderstruck wood. But suddenly, a branch smacked the chicken flying in a flash. That cooled it down real quick. Now it looked at the wood in pure fear. I called out to Liu. You take care of this old hen. Don't forget to collect eggs every day. Liu, now dressed in new clothes, gave a bright smile. Yes, young master. Then I went back to my room and took out the blood bodhi. On the outside, it's just a strange-looking stone. But when I covered it with my magic, it changed instantly. It turned bright red, like a pigeon. The surface was smooth and clear like a blood gem. It seemed almost alive, trembling slightly, surrounded by a faint blood-red aura. When I started refining the blood bodhi, my chi churned like crazy. My cultivation level soared. Put me at the peak of true spirit level 5. Just one more step to reach the divine bridge level. After that, I entered the second layer of dream cultivation. The night went by quickly. Today's intel: Fengtian demon skill is hunting Zhaoying. Click for Mingyue Palace Disciple location. Click for Mingyue Palace Disciple location. Today's intel number 2, Cloud Dust, Child of Destiny, is being hunted. In a crisis, he accidentally entered a spatial crack and arrived at Hanzhong. After a day of recovery, he'll find a saint's hand bone on a cliff. Click for cliff location. The Lin family is the strongest force in Xianzhou, but they have 3 sworn enemies. Zhu Evil Technique and Fengtian Demon Skill are 2 of them. Most importantly, Jing Tianheng has the special 9 Nether Demon body. If I swallow him, not only will Fengtian Demon Skill lose a talented newcomer, but I'll also get stronger myself. I whispered to myself. Cloud Dust really is the child of destiny. Right after getting hunted, luck comes to him. But he needs a day to recover before he can claim it. My Emperor River Jade pendant still needs a bit more time to cool down, should be enough. Then I headed to the shabby jewelry stall. I was surprised to see the stall owner was still that bearded guy. Last time, I got the soul-nourishing ancient jade here. Bought it from him. The bearded stall owner recognized me too, so he eyed me with caution. I casually picked up a jade stone. How much for this jade stone? The bearded vendor gave it a serious look. Held up 5 fingers. 5,000 spirit stones. I was shocked. How much? This worthless stone isn't even worth 5 spirit stones. Your price is crazy. The bearded guy was firm. This time I won't sell for 5 spirit stones. I picked up a small bell. How about this bell? The bearded stall owner answered. 1,000 spirit stones. Then I picked up a few more items. He quoted prices one by one. He was starting to get impatient. You keep asking prices. Are you buying or not? I pointed at 3 items. Of course I'm buying. This jade stone, that jewelry. And the bell. Give me a price. He held up one finger. 10,000 spirit stones. I cut him down right away. 10 spirit stones. The bearded vendor stared at me. Wait up. Then he called the other vendors over. Had them check if these 3 items were special. The nearby vendors took a look. And didn't find anything. One vendor said nope, nothing fancy. Altogether they're worth 1 spirit stone tops. If he's offering 10. You're making a killing. Another vendor chimed in. Yeah, last time it was sheer luck. No way you think your stall has any treasures left? A third vendor chuckled. All the stuff here is fake. Getting 10 spirit stones is already a fortune. The bearded guy gritted his teeth. Fine. 10 spirit stones it is. With so many vendors here, I don't believe he'll get lucky again. I happily paid 10 spirit stones. Got the jade and the bell. And a jewelry piece, a jade bracelet. Right then, a crisp, pleasant female voice rang out. That jade bracelet is really pretty. Can you let me have it? A woman saw the bracelet in my hand. Her eyes lit up instantly. She walked over quickly. She wore a moon-white wide-sleeved fairy dress, with silver-threaded patterns on the hem. She was Shen Yaoyue, a disciple of Ihua Palace. I turned to leave. No way. Shen Yaoyue called after me. Wait, I'll offer 100 spirit stones. I couldn't help but think. This bracelet is worth 50,000 spirit stones. Trying to buy it for 100. That's a joke. Shen Yaoyue hurried after me. I'll pay 1,000 spirit stones. We can still negotiate. The bearded stall owner was stunned. Shen Yaoyue's words were like knives stabbing him. Damn, the bracelet just left the stall. And its value shot up 10 times. But he didn't even care. The price went straight to 1,000. And there's room to bargain. The bearded stall owner was totally crushed. He suddenly became filled with resentment. Seeing this, the other vendors quickly returned to their booths. Looking around nervously, they just didn't dare make eye contact with the bearded vendor. The bearded man spread his arms wide, knelt down on the ground, and cried out to the sky in anguish. Why is this happening? Why do I always miss the good stuff? And he always finds the bargains every time. Last time, he scored a jade stone. Now he got that jade bracelet. Honestly, if he knew what he was doing, he'd be rich by now. No need to sell fakes here for a living. By then, Shen Yaoyue had already caught up with me. It's not that I wasn't fast enough. The price he offered was just way too high. I had to slow down because of it. I looked Shen Yaoyue up and down. You just offered 50,000 spirit stones for this bracelet, right? Shen Yaoyue took a deep breath. That's right. As long as you give me the bracelet, I'll pay you 50,000 spirit stones. I looked at him, a bit skeptical. You're pretty young. Can you really get 50,000 spirit stones? Shen Yaoyue snorted coldly. Are you underestimating me? Fine, let me tell you. Princess Lihua is my master. A mere 50,000 spirit stones is nothing to me. I quickly played along. Oh, that's how it is? Take the bracelet for 100,000 spirit stones, then. Shen Yaoyue's face changed instantly. Why don't you just rob me instead? I replied calmly. If I'm not mistaken, this bracelet is related to your Ihua Palace. It might be worth 50,000 to others. But for Ihua Palace, even 100,000 isn't much. Let alone just another 50,000 on top. I'm sure it's not a big deal for you. Shen Yaoyue turned red with frustration. She almost wanted to slap herself. Why pretend to be so rich? And now he just raised the price on the spot. But the most important thing is, she didn't even have 100,000 spirit stones. I also noticed Shen Yaoyue was embarrassed. What's wrong? Can't pay up? This is your first lesson out in the world. Keep a low profile next time. Or you'll get burned again. Give me 50,000 spirit stones. The bracelet is yours. This time, Shen Yaoyue didn't dare say anything else. She took out a storage pouch and handed it to me. There were exactly 50,000 spirit stones inside. Shen Yaoyue handed me a token. Honestly, this bracelet is really important to me. Take this token. If you ever get in trouble, Ihua Palace will help you if we can. I nodded. Alright, I'll accept it. I couldn't help but feel a little proud of myself. Before, Shen Yaoyue only offered 100 spirit stones. Trying to buy the bracelet. Then she raised it from 1,000 up to 50,000. If I'd sold it to her at that moment, she would have complained about the price, for sure. But I suddenly jacked up the price to 100,000 from 50,000. Then dropped it back to 50,000. Not only did it hurt her pride, it also made her feel like she got lucky. And the result is? I not only got 50,000 spirit stones, I also scored a Ihua Palace token. No wonder big shots love playing mind games. It's the same price, but presented differently. People feel like they got a deal. They even end up grateful. After the deal was done, I turned and left right away. At the same time, Su Qingyuan and the other Zhaoying Mingyue Palace disciples were hiding out in a secret cave. Every one of them was covered in wounds. Su Qingyuan bit her lower lip. I wonder how Elder 3 is doing now. Did he manage to escape? There's a deep grudge between Zhaoying Mingyue Palace and Futian Demon Palace. They've always been enemies. Earlier, some from Zhaoying Mingyue Palace ran into Futian Demon Palace members on the road. A fight broke out right away. But Zhaoying Mingyue Palace was a bit weaker. They couldn't win. Thanks to Elder 3's cover, they got away from the battle. They hid in this secret cave. But the Futian Demon Palace folks aren't letting up. They're still chasing relentlessly. Especially Futian's Jing Tianhen, who won't stop until he gets what he wants. A female disciple curled up and looked at Sister Gu. What should we do? Futian's people will find us sooner or later. Su Qingyuan took a deep breath. Let's all rest for now. I'll go check outside. Just then, a loud boom echoed through the mountains. Su Qingyuan frowned slightly. That's Jing Tianhen's demonic aura. Looks like he's fighting someone. Meanwhile, I found Jing Tianhen. And I'm ready to devour his special body, the 9 nether demon physique. I'm standing at the mountaintop, facing off with Jing Tianhen. He looks at me with icy eyes. You're Lin's family, useless one. Didn't expect you, the first young master, to be able to cultivate now. Jing Tianhen stared at my face, shocked inside. He never imagined. The guy once called trash by everyone, now has such scary power. The most important thing is, even he, a genius of Futian Demon Palace, is totally suppressed by me. I sneered. And attacked Jing Tianhen again. Jing Tianhen looked at me in disbelief. The whole world called you a loser. Always living in your brother's shadow. In Lin Chen's shadow. Guess you hid deeper than anyone guessed. A chill ran down Jing Tianhen's heart. I've got this crazy power, yet managed to keep it hidden for 18 full years. Only revealing it now. My scheming is terrifying. Most important, from our fight just now, Jing Tianhen already realized just how fast I really am. There's no way he can escape from me. Plus, his men are searching for people from Zhaoying Mingyue Palace. So backup's going to take a while. Right now, he's on his own. A ruthless look flashed in Jing Tianhen's eyes. You're forcing my hand. 9 nether demon physique. Suddenly, Jing Tianhen grew to 5 meters tall. His whole body covered in dark purple scales. Thick demonic energy swirled all around him. Endless demon aura surged out of him, turning into a black dragon circling him. Jing Tianhen stomped his foot, instantly smashing the ground beneath him. He shot at me like a cannonball. I didn't dodge. Chose to meet him head on. Golden light burst out from me right then. My body was covered in fine scales. Several kinds of innate powers activated all at once. My aura soared too. I charged forward, clashing with Jing Tianhen. The shockwave blasted in all directions. The mountain under our feet became a massive crater instantly. Jing Tianhen was covered in wounds right away. His voice turned raspy. I don't believe this. He unleashed the annihilation palm. Demonic energy turned into a giant hand, wailing as it crashed down on me. I snorted coldly, and pulled out my rusty soul sword. Jing Tianhen smirked with disdain. You want to stop my annihilation palm with that broken sword? You're dreaming. Killing intent filled my eyes. Tonight, I'll try my sword out on you. Triple killing sword art, first move, Snowland burns the heavens. The soul sword left its sheath in a flash. Sword energy gathered into a giant, blood-red field over 100 meters tall. It slashed at Jing Tianhen in a storm. When sword and palm clashed, the whole area was scorched for miles. I put my sword away. My eyes cold as ice. Jing Tianhen fell straight to the ground. He let out his last cry. This man will definitely be a mortal threat to Futian Demon Palace. After those words, he died. I didn't hesitate a bit, and quickly took Jing Tianhen's body and left. Not long after I left, a group from Futian Demon Palace arrived. Staring at the flattened peak and huge crater, they all looked at each other. What shocked them most was, Jing Tianhen was nowhere to be found. They searched everywhere, looked for half a day, but still couldn't find him. Someone spoke up, voice trembling. Could the demon prince have been killed? Hearing that, everyone looked like they'd been struck by lightning. They felt like the sky was falling. It took a huge effort and tons of resources for Futian Demon Palace to raise Jing Tianhen. If he actually grew up, he'd be the backbone of their sect. If he's dead, that's a massive blow for Futian Demon Palace. If the higher-ups look into this, all these guards will take the blame and be wiped out completely. Everyone's face turned pale. In the end, they exchanged terrified looks, then shot out in different directions, running for their lives. Finally, once the forest quieted down, Su Qingyuan cautiously walked out from the hidden cave. He looked around, alert. After making sure it was safe, he looked a bit confused. All the Futian Demon Palace people have retreated. Who in the world fought Jing Tianhen? Could it really be that guy? When the fight ended earlier, he peeked out carefully at the cave's entrance and saw a vaguely familiar figure flash by. He didn't see the face clearly, but the back looked just like that guy he slept with before. This thought left Su Qingyuan so conflicted. Did he save me again? Su Qingyuan thought about this and walked up to the mountain top. When he saw the giant crater, he quickly covered his mouth in shock. The mountain top was completely shaved flat, with a huge pit there. There was still terrifying sword and demon energy left. Su Qingyuan muttered to himself. So, he's really that powerful? Makes sense though. After I was with him, I broke through to a new level myself. But who is he, really? By now, I've reached a secluded spot, getting ready to use my heaven-devouring demon art and devour the 9 nether demon physique. Once I finished absorbing the demon body, I broke through to the first level of the divine bridge realm. I muttered, no wonder it's called the heaven-devouring demon art. After that, I headed back to the ancient arena and entered the second layer of the dream world again, training while waiting for the Emperor's jade pendant to cool down. Not much later, the Emperor's jade pendant in my hand started to feel warm. That's the sign it's ready. I activated the pendant right away. I went straight to Hanzhong right away. Soon, I found myself in a mountain forest. This spatial node is the closest spot to the sage's hand bone. The sky was starting to lighten. Today's intel is at the foot of Chongjun Ridge, a strategic spot. An ancient ox has appeared here. Its meat is highly nourishing. Click for the location. Today's intel 2, Heibai Academy Library Pavilion. A top-level technique, Sacred Brahma Demon Art, is hidden here. Click for the location. I made a decision right away. I'll go check out that ancient ox. But the Sacred Brahma Demon Art is absolutely top tier. However, it's pretty tough to get into the Heibai Academy Library. After all, I'm not a student there. I'll deal with other things first. Soon, I arrived at the cave where the sage's hand bone was. What I didn't know was, Yunchen had just reached the mountain's base. Shen Xinlan's voice echoed in his mind. Yunchen, bad news. Someone got ahead of us. They found the cave with the sage's hand bone. Yunchen's face changed. He panicked right away. He rushed toward the cave. By then, I was already deep inside the cave. There were signs that people once lived here. In the center of the marks, a stone table was covered in a thick layer of dust. A few drought-tolerant vines grew out from cracks in the rocks, wrapped tightly around an old cushion. 3 broken bowls were scattered in the corner. A skeletal corpse sat cross-legged on the stone bed, covered with cobwebs and dust. No telling how long it's been dead. But what caught my attention most was that the skeleton's right arm bone was actually golden, still giving off a powerful, otherworldly aura. I couldn't help but wonder. Sage's hand bone. Why would it be on an ordinary corpse? Maybe by some twist of fate, this skeleton got the sage's hand bone while alive, and had it transplanted onto himself. And maybe that's why he died. The most likely reason is that the sage's hand bone drained his life. I just took the sage's hand bone off right away. Whatever this corpse was when alive, now the hand bone belongs to me. As I removed it, the corpse that had been dead for who knows how many years completely turned to dust. Right at that moment, Yunchen was rushing towards the cave. I grinned when I saw that. Destined 1 Yunchen was just a step too late. Then I used the Xing character technique and left in a flash. Yunchen was instantly shocked. That's the Xing character technique. Last time, the guy who snatched my soul lotus in the Lingxi realm also knew the Xing character technique. Since the Xing character technique is one of the best in the world, almost no one knows it. It's him again. Shen Xinlan was still clinging to a glimmer of hope inside. Yunchen, hurry into the cave. See if the sage's hand bone is still there. After she finished, Yunchen rushed into the cave. But in the end, he found nothing. Yunchen clenched his fists tight, his forehead veins bulging. He was furious inside. Why does this guy keep haunting me? Even Shen Xinlan was speechless at this moment. At first, this person stole the soul-nourishing jade. Then in Lingxi realm, took the soul lotus. Now Yun Chen was being hunted. And accidentally fell into a spatial rift. He got randomly sent to Hanzhong. But that guy also showed up in Hanzhong like a ghost. And grabbed the sage's hand before them. Yun Chen roared out loud. Master, is there any way to find that guy? I just want to crush him right now. Shen Xinlan sighed. I'm just a remnant soul now. So I can't do anything about it. Maybe it was all just a coincidence this time. The sage's hand bone is gone, so be it. I still know of other lucky places. Hearing this calmed Yun Chen down a bit. He cooled off a lot. Master, are there any more opportunities in Hanzhong? Shen Xinlan thought for a moment. There's a powerful group in Hanzhong. Called Heibai Academy. They focus on recruiting and training geniuses. And in their library pavilion, rumor has it there's a hidden top-tier technique. You could go try for it now. Yun Chen's eyes lit up. A top-level technique. Shen Xinlan spoke calmly. Yes, for most cultivators. It's very hard to enter the Heibai Academy library. You must first become their disciple. Then pass a test to get in. But you should be fine. Yun Chen nodded. Got it. Master, I'm heading to Heibai Academy now. By then, I'd reach the foot of Chongjun Ridge. But the scene before me made me squint. This should have been a cattle ranch. But now it was a mess. Ox corpses were lying everywhere. The ground soaked in blood. I walked over to one of the dead oxen. And saw the wounds. Weren't caused by trampling or brute force. But by terrifying whip marks. Suddenly, a shrill scream came from a nearby town. I moved quickly. And instantly arrived there. The whole town was in chaos. In a corner, a skinny boy let out a low growl. Where's my ox? Kids that age should be innocent and happy. But he had sharp fangs in his mouth. And thick black energy wrapped around him. He held an iron whip swirling with evil energy. The herd boy's voice was sharp and creepy. Give me back my ox. He flashed forward, appearing behind a middle-aged man like a ghost. The iron whip lashed out. The man didn't even have time to turn around. And dropped dead. Everyone nearby was terrified. Running for their lives. I looked at the herd boy ahead. He was already dead. But being controlled by some mutant worm. Turned into a puppet. I didn't hesitate and struck right away. The herd boy seemed to sense the danger. And whipped at me. I sidestepped and dodged. Then, grabbed the black maggot from the back of his head. And crushed it. This black worm had eaten the herd boy's brain. And controlled his body to kill others. I didn't speak loudly. But with magic, my voice clearly reached everyone present. Don't be afraid, everyone. It's safe now. Looking at the still shaken crowd, I asked my question. Can anyone tell me now? What exactly happened here? An old man with white hair stepped forward. You are the great benefactor of our Fengyuan town. As he explained, I learned what happened. Not long ago, an old yellow ox suddenly started eating people. After that, this old ox's body turned fierce and terrifying. Normal weapons couldn't hurt him. And the parasites on the ox also changed. Anyone who got infected by those bugs would lose their mind and go on a killing spree. The herder I killed was one such case. I nodded. I see. So this old ox really did revert to its wild roots. But its bloodline seems even more violent. More importantly, the old ox is still in Fengyuan town. Suddenly, the ground started shaking hard. A massive demon bull appeared. Everyone saw it. The bull was pitch black all over. Only its eyes shone blood red. The moment the bull showed up, the calm turned into chaos again. People were running for their lives. But just then, a teenage boy didn't run. Instead, he grabbed a hatchet. Ready to fight. He roared. Damn bull. You killed my family. I'm getting revenge for my parents and brother today. The demon bull noticed the boy. It scraped its front hoof on the ground. Then charged straight at the boy. Iron hooves stomped. The earth rumbled beneath their force. The boy went pale. But gritted his teeth. And swung his hatchet with all his strength. I'm avenging my parents and brother. Right as he finished speaking, the hatchet struck the bull. With a shower of sparks and a metallic clang. But it couldn't hurt the bull at all. At that critical moment, I kicked the bull and sent it flying. It crashed through several houses. Before finally stopping, the boy's eyes widened. He stared at me in shock. So strong. The bull got up from the rubble, staring right at me. It dug its hooves into the ground. And charged at me like a cannonball. I gave a cold laugh. Clenched my right fist. And smashed it into the bull's head. The bull let out a terrible shriek. With a loud thud, the bull hit the ground hard. It twitched a few times and stopped moving. Then I slowly lowered my fist. The fight was over. That sight shocked the boy to his core. He stared at me, eyes unfocused. Like he was looking at a god. A wild desire to get stronger burned inside him. He took a deep breath. And knelt right in front of me. I want to get strong. Can you teach me? As soon as he said that, the boy cowed out, hard. I answered calmly. What will you do after you get stronger? The boy spoke firmly. I want to protect the people I love. Seeing this, I handed him a martial arts manual. It seems like fate brought us together. Take this cultivation technique. Facing the overwhelming pressure from the mighty demon bull. If a young man can swing that blade, that's more than enough to prove his courage. So I don't mind giving him a chance to train. The young man suddenly looked up. Thank you for your kindness. Right after, I went to the Black and White Academy. It was already the next morning. Today's intel: 1, Wu family's little princess, Wu Qinghuan, secretly killed a genius student at the Black and White Academy. The academy is investigating this incident. But they don't have a single clue. Evidence footage crystal has been stored in a storage ring. Today's intel: 2, Destiny's Child, Yun Chen, will break the academy's power record today. And gain an origin fragment of Divine Thunder. After getting these pieces of intel, I started thinking. Am I supposed to use this to threaten Wu Qinghuan? Maybe make a little profit on the side? After all, that's what villains do in novels. Plus, Yun Chen actually showed up at the academy. And got a Divine Thunder origin fragment. How can I snag that from him? A Divine Thunder fragment is a type of thunder. As long as I have one, I'll be able to control lightning. And boost my own strength. Plus, a Divine Thunder fragment can keep evolving. Eventually turning into the world-ending 9th level Divine Thunder. At this point, I've already arrived at the academy. There's a huge crowd outside the gate. Tons of cultivators hoping to get in have gathered here. A stern-faced middle-aged man walks out. Anyone who wants to register, line up here. As long as you pass the test, you can become a student at the academy. Hearing that, I joined the line right away. This test is really simple. Next to the academy's main gate, there's a side door. Just get through it and you're in. It tests a cultivator's talent. And even reveals if someone has evil intentions. Pretty soon, it's my turn. As I step through the side door, a powerful force suddenly appears in front of me, making it feel like a mountain is pressing down on me. Can't move at all. I grit my teeth and push through. Take a step forward. And make it past the door. I'm in the academy now. The stern-faced man looks at me, clearly satisfied. Head inside. Someone will take care of everything for you soon. I nod in response. And walk straight into the academy. Just then, a couple arguing catches my attention. The guy is grabbing the girl's hand. Qinghuan, little sister. I'm really serious about you. Why can't you just accept me? Wu Qinghuan looks annoyed, staying cool and distant. Senior, it's never going to happen. I already have a partner. So please, stop bothering me. The guy doesn't believe it at all. Stop lying to me. Like I don't know if you have a partner or not. Wu Qinghuan spots me. Her eyes instantly lighting up. She quickly comes to my side. And grabs my arm. She quietly whispers. You're lucky to be this close to me. But don't get any ideas. I'm just asking for your help. This time I squint. Wu Qinghuan really thinks she's all that. It's like being her shield is some huge blessing. As if I should be grateful for this for 8 lifetimes. Just then, the guy glares at me with hostility. I don't hesitate to speak up. Hey, miss. I just passed the test and got into the academy. Do we even know each other? Do you even know my name? Wu Qinghuan's eyes go wide in shock. Totally didn't expect that I'd embarrass her like that. I pull my arm away from Wu Qinghuan. And keep walking into the academy. You two carry on. I'm out. Wu Qinghuan is fuming inside. She's known as the academy's cold beauty. And now someone dares to ignore her request. She's definitely going to get back at me. The guy sees me leave. And breaks into a big smile. Qinghuan, little sister. See? I knew you couldn't have a partner. Right then, someone rushes over. And puts his arm around Wu Qinghuan. Who says she doesn't have a partner? It's Destiny's Child, Yun Chen. He just broke the strength limit. And is now super popular at the academy. Now he steps in to help Wu Qinghuan. Naturally earning her favor. Then the other guy starts threatening Yun Chen. But Yun Chen totally shuts him down. The cliché drama just keeps going. I look at the library not far away. Thinking to myself. How do I get into the library? If you want in, you need an elder's recommendation. Or you have to make a big contribution to the academy. Forget about sneaking in. The library is a big deal at the academy. And there are powerful people guarding it. With my current strength, rushing in would be suicide. Suddenly I notice. Yun Chen and Wu Qinghuan are walking to the library, laughing together. Looks like they're a couple now. I mutter to myself. So that's Destiny's Child? Always surrounded by girls no matter where he goes. Thinking about how full of herself Wu Qinghwan was toward me before. And seeing how warm she is with Yunchen now. The comparison is just brutal. But the most important thing is, Yunchen is Destiny's Child. If he gets into the library, that hidden sacred devil technique inside will definitely be his. I look at Wu Qinghwan next to Yunchen and suddenly get an idea. So I wait quietly. Sure enough, not long after Yunchen goes in, an ancient and mighty aura erupts from the library. I mutter to myself. Looks like Yunchen got the sacred devil technique. He should have 2 techniques now. Besides the sacred devil technique, he also has the divine thunder fragment. Then, I focus my attention on Wu Qinghwan and purposely wait along her path. When she sees me, she follows right away. I turn and duck into a quiet, empty alley. I stop and slowly turn around. Sister Wu, aren't you tired from following me all this way? A cold glint flashes in Wu Qinghwan's eyes, and for a second she gets a bad feeling. You sure you want to follow me somewhere this remote? I give a half smile. Why not? I just want to talk business, that's all. Wu Qinghwan sneers a little. What deal? I reply flatly. You're Yunchen's partner now. I want you to use that and get me his divine thunder fragment and his sacred devil technique and bring them both to me. Wu Qinghwan laughs like she just heard a joke and scoffs. You know I'm his partner, and you still want me to steal his stuff? You're crazy. Her spiritual energy starts to surge around her, just about to make a move. I calmly took out a crystal from my sleeve and toyed with it between my fingers. Wu Shiji, 3 days ago you killed the princess's personal disciple. Do you need me to jog your memory? Wu Qinghwan's pupils suddenly shrank. What are you babbling about? I don't understand. I flicked my finger. The crystal started playing footage of Wu Qinghwan killing someone, plus clips of her destroying the body. I can give this evidence to the princess, you know. Hand it straight to her. Wu Qinghwan's breathing stayed steady, staring hard at the crystal. Wait, I put the crystal away. Just tell me, Shiji. Will you do it or not? These Luing crystals. I've got more than one. You get what I mean? Wu Qinghwan's chest rose and fell several times. She finally lowered her eyes. I'll do it, but you promise. Once you get the stuff, all crystals are destroyed. I nodded. Once I have the items, I'll take care of the crystals myself. Wu Qinghwan glared fiercely at me, then turned and left quickly. I waited at the spot patiently for results. The night passed by fast. Today's info, a disciple of Heibai Academy named Gu Zhou will have a ring fight with Child of Fate, Yun Chen. He'll lose in 3 moves and get seriously hurt. Today's info too. At a medicine garden of the princess in Heibai Academy, a Tao Enlightenment ancient tea tree that's dead will revive today. Gu Zhou is the princess's personal disciple and owns the great desolate battle body, said to be the top among his peers. You can imagine how strong he is. But Yun Chen can beat Gu Zhou in just 3 moves. I licked my lips. I must get that injured battle body. The Imperial Jade Pendant won't take long to cool down. Even if I swallow the battle body, I'll be able to leave calmly. The value of the ancient tea tree is almost as high as the immortal medicine. I whispered to myself. Grab the ancient tea tree first. Then go retrieve the injured battle body. And of course, a thunder source and the true demon art. Gotta get those, too. Sure enough, as dawn broke, Wu Qinghwan came to find me again. But this time he looked totally exhausted. Wu Qinghwan spoke weakly. A thunder source and true demon art. I got both for you. He spent the whole night getting these 2 arts. Didn't sleep at all. Even offered himself as Yun Chen's furnace. Just borrowed the arts from him early this morning. Looking at the arts in front of me, I smiled in satisfaction. Not bad. Wu Qinghwan stared straight at me. Now destroy the crystals for real. I agreed instantly. No problem. Right after, I pulled out the image crystal and crushed it. Wu Qinghwan finally relaxed. But hate toward me flared up inside him. As Wu Qinghwan was thinking how to tear me to pieces, I chopped down with my hand and pierced Wu Qinghwan's heart. Wu Qinghwan suddenly looked terrified. You really dare kill me? I spoke calmly. Keeping you around is just trouble. As soon as I finished, Wu Qinghwan stopped breathing. He didn't see it coming at all. Had no clue I could be this ruthless. I went ahead and tossed Wu Qinghwan's body into my storage ring, then headed for the princess's medicine garden. On the way, I heard some news. Message about Yun Chen and Gu Zhou. Their ring battle is coming up. Has already spread, drawing loads of attention. Some even set up bets on it. The odds for Yun Chen beating Gu Zhou in 3 moves is 100 to 1. But if Gu Zhou wins in 1 move, the odds are only 30 to 1. Looking at these odds, everyone still thinks Guizhou's the favorite. Even though Yunchen broke Hebei Academy's record and became a rising star, people still have more faith in Guizhou among his peers as a rival. I grinned. If I bet 10,000 spirit stones on Yunchen, and he takes Guizhou down in 3 moves, I get 1,000,000 spirit stones. That's free money right there. Gotta take it. I ignored everyone's odd looks and put 30,000 spirit stones on Yunchen. It's not that I don't want to bet more. I just worry the bookie can't pay up. It's 100 to 1 odds after all. The bookie looked amused. Sure you want to bet 30,000 on Yunchen winning in 3 moves over Guizhou? I spoke firmly. Absolutely. The bookie smiled and said, all right. Here's your ticket. Hope you hit it big. I turned and left. Arrived at the princess's medicine garden. Saw tons of rare medicinal herbs inside. But the real eye-catcher was the Tao Enlightenment ancient tea tree in the center. Its trunk was cracked, showing no signs of life. But some dark brown branches still pulsed faintly, fighting to poke out, adding a bit of life to this old tree. All around the garden, countless runes flowed in the spiritual mist, forming a natural barrier, isolating it from the outside world. Staring at this field, I sighed. Would be nice to take the whole garden. But that's just not possible. Right now, only goal is the ancient tea tree. So I hid in the shadows, quietly waited. Not much time left. A student tending the garden ran out, totally thrilled. Muttered, it's sprouting. He rushed off toward the princess, clearly to report the good news about the tree coming back. I seized the chance, silently followed along, took care of him quickly in a quiet corner, changed into his clothes, and grabbed his pass to the garden. With the pass, I slipped through the entrance and snuck into the garden. The guards inside were way more lax than expected, since it's deep in the academy and the princess's private garden. Who dare cause trouble here? Makes things easier for me. I went straight for the ancient tea tree. The students were all busy working. Nobody noticed me. I grabbed the trunk, yanked upward with force, pulled it out roots and all, instantly stored it in my ring, and quickly left the garden. After some time, a student working there straightened up, rubbed his neck, glanced casually at the garden center, and froze mid-movement. He pointed at the huge pit in the center. He cried out, my ancient tea tree is gone. At first, the students in the herb garden didn't believe him. Are you joking? This is Black and White Palace. Who dare cause trouble here and risk their life? But once everyone saw that big empty hole, a chill shot straight up their spines. All the garden students panicked. The ancient tea tree just sprouted today. Someone already reported it to the vice princess. But now the tree is missing. How are they supposed to explain this? Time ticked by nervously and awkwardly. The students were confused. Weird, why isn't the vice princess here yet? So, another student was sent to report it. The vice princess heard the first part and felt a bit happy inside. But hearing the next part made him nearly black out. He almost coughed up blood. What? The Enlightenment tea tree just sprouted, brought back to life, then got stolen right away? He'd paid a huge price to revive this tea tree. Invested so much into it. Never expected this. Now that it's alive again, someone else just took it. What are these students even doing? It was stolen right under their noses. Still, they let the tea tree get stolen. I want to see who's got the guts to pull this off. The vice princess was furious. He went straight to the herb garden to check it out. Right then, Yunchen and Guizhou's fight had just ended. The result shocked everyone. As the top student of Black and White Palace, with the Wildlands battle body, Guizhou actually lost in just 3 moves. He got crushed by rising star Yunchen. In the end got seriously hurt and had to be carried off the stage. I walked up to the betting booth, smiling, and pulled out my betting slip. Boss, here's my ticket. Hand over my winnings. The bookie forced out a smile worse than crying. Bro, your luck is insane. I'm impressed. He was smiling on the outside, but crying inside. Everyone had bet on Guizhou at first. I was the only one who bet on Yunchen. He thought I was just a sucker. Win in 1 move, payout 300, 2 moves, payout 200, 3 moves, 100. Just a gimmick, really. Who would have thought someone would actually hit the 3 million jackpot? The spirit stones landed in my hands. It instantly created a big buzz, and caught a ton of jealous and greedy stares. But I didn't care at all. No one dares do anything crazy in Black and White Palace. No one would openly attack me here. When I leave the palace grounds, I'll just activate my teleport jade and head back to Shenzhou. Nobody could ever track me down. 3,000 provinces, that's huge. Finding one guy is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I muttered to myself. Alright, injured Wildlands battle body, here I come. After asking around, I finally found out. Guzhou was recovering in Lingyun Hall. Right now? Loud angry shouts came from a room in Lingyun Hall. Damn it. I'm the heir of the vice princess. And I lost to some new guy who just joined the palace. And I still lost to him in just 3 moves. Came back seriously wounded and unconscious. What a humiliation. Guzhou's face twisted in rage. He went on a rampage, smashing everything in the room. The rosewood table got kicked over. A porcelain vase shattered to pieces. His violent moves ripped open his wounds. Blood soaked through his robe. Guzhou just couldn't accept this outcome. It's not just shameful. It's also tarnishing my master's name. The 2 followers at the door just shook their heads and sighed. One female follower whispered. His wound burst open again. I'll go get more medicine. She turned and left right away. A moment later, she returned. I followed her in, carrying healing supplies. Once again, I snuck in pretending to be someone else. Guzhou looked gloomy. When he saw my unfamiliar face, he instantly frowned. You look unfamiliar. So, tell me, how many spirit stones did you pay? For the chance to change my bandages? He thought I was another bootlicker disciple. I grinned. Raised 5 fingers. Guzhou was in a terrible mood. Seeing an outsider just made him feel more embarrassed. 5,000 spirit stones, huh? Spread the word. From today on, I don't want to see any unfamiliar faces again. Put the medicine here and get out. I nodded, stepped forward. Just as I got close to Guzhou, my 5 fingers tightened into a blade. My hand shot right through Guzhou's heart. Guzhou's eyes went wide. This is the Black and White Academy. Plus, he's the princess's personal disciple. Who would ever dare attack him here? That would be the biggest provocation ever against the Black and White Academy. So it never occurred to Guzhou that someone would try to assassinate him here. The 2 followers' faces changed drastically. They charged at me right away to protect him. But I was ready. With a flash, my sword jumped out. A sharp sword light sliced through. Both of Guzhou's followers were taken down by my attack. Guzhou was tough. Even with his heart destroyed, he didn't die immediately. Why? Who sent you? Honestly, the Wild Desolation Warbody is incredibly hard to kill. Even with a wrecked heart, he still wasn't dead yet. I replied, totally casual. You're pretty much dead already. So what does it matter? As I finished, I slammed my palm on his head. That killed Guzhou for good. After tossing his body into my storage ring, I left right away. Everyone inside knew. Guzhou was in a foul mood after losing badly. So nobody dared go near him. I need to get out while I can. Because I know how much trouble I'm in. I killed Wu Qinghuan. Stole a piece of Divine Thunder and Fanxing's true demon art. Uprooted the ancient Enlightenment tea tree. Now I just offed the princess's close disciple. The Black and White Academy will lock down the whole place soon. I won't get another chance to escape. Trying to stay calm, I headed for the exit. As I passed through the central plaza, it was already packed with people. Yun Chen was the center of attention now. The academy even set up a special event just for him. He was sharing his cultivation tips. That instantly made him a star among the students. Yun Chen smiled, scanning the crowd, like a king being admired by his subjects. He was loving the attention. Suddenly, out the corner of his eye, Yun Chen spotted someone heading for the academy gate. Walking quickly, he stared at my back, his expression shifting. Why does that back look so familiar? Suddenly, Yun Chen perked up. That guy showed up too. At Black and White Academy. Yun Chen squeezed through the crowd and chased after me. But when he got out, he'd already lost my trail. Yun Chen rushed to the academy gate. All the students nearby were stunned by what he was doing. What's going on? Like something urgent just happened. I noticed Yun Chen coming after me. Good thing. His fans bought me some time. I sped up, heading for the student-only passage. As long as I got through, I'd be free from Black and White Academy. Then Yun Chen yelled from behind. Stop right there. Now that his power broke through, his thunderstep skill leveled up, too. He was absolutely sure he'd never lose to me in a race again. I didn't even look back. Instead, I just moved faster. I'd be stupid to stop. Yun Chen shouted frantically. Shut the gate. Stop him. No more hiding. Time to use the Xing secret. Stop me if you can. In a flash, I sped through the passage. Yun Chen finally figured out who I was. He roared and used his own secret skill to chase me. So it really is you, you bastard. This time, you won't get away. Thunderstep. Yun Chen and I shot out from the academy, one after another. Yun Chen was way faster this time. I actually couldn't shake him off. He was getting closer and closer. Yun Chen laughed. You can't run this time. His heart was pounding with excitement. He was finally about to catch the guy who kept stealing his luck. But when I whipped out a piece of divine thunder, things changed again. Each piece is a thunder source. It boosts the user's power in every way. I haven't absorbed or mastered it yet, but I can still borrow a bit of its power. Blue lightning started crackling around me. I was totally wrapped in electric light. Suddenly, I stomped hard, turned into a bolt of blue lightning, and dashed forward. In seconds, I'd opened up a gap again. Yunchen was furious inside. Wait, is that my divine thunder piece? How'd it end up with him? He looked frustrated as he spoke. Everything blurred before his eyes, and I'd vanished again. Yunchen spread his arms and wailed up at the sky. Damn, he got away again. I just can't catch him. Right then, several figures appeared beside Yunchen. A stern-looking man in white led the group. He was one of the academy's teachers. Yunchen, what happened just now? Yunchen's eyes darted. Teacher, I think that guy stole something from the academy. And even the murder case before? I think he's involved. Since he couldn't catch me, Yunchen wanted help from the Black and White Academy. He pinned big charges on me right away. Hearing this, the teacher's face went serious. If he's already lost, let's head back and make a plan. As long as he's still in Hanzhong, he won't escape from us. But when they got back to the academy, the latest news left them all stunned. The vice dean's private garden had just been robbed of the awakened ancient enlightenment tea tree. Princess's direct disciple Guzhou was killed inside Lingyun Hall. The body is missing. Genius female disciple Wu Qinghuan has also disappeared. The man in white and Yunchen exchanged a glance. Both saw surprise in each other's eyes. Yunchen was completely shocked inside. Before this, he slandered me on purpose in front of the man in white. He wanted to use the Black-White Academy to catch me. But Yunchen never expected. His slander turned out to be true. Soon, I was listed as wanted by the Black-White Academy. News of my actions spread. It caused quite a stir. Offending the Black-White Academy in Hanzhou is pretty much asking for death. But now, I already used the Jade Token to return to Shenzhou. Once I got back to the courtyard, I began sorting out what I gained from this journey. Saint's Hand Bone. Using it once takes a lot of energy. But the power burst is beyond imagination. It's best kept as a trump card. 10 snail meats are a great tonic. Enough for me to eat for some time. I also have the Origin of a Tribulation Divine Thunder. I fused it directly into my Qi. It won't take long to fully refine it. Fanxing True Demon technique is top tier in the ancient realm. When cultivating it, both Golden Buddha light and Black Demonic light will arise in the body. This technique has 9 levels. Each time you break through one, the power of Buddha and demon inside rockets up. When the 9th level is complete, you can turn into a Fanxing True Demon and gain enlightenment. I planted the ancient tea tree in the 5-colored soil, letting it slowly recover vitality. I muttered to myself. As my spirit value grows, the earth essence and 5-colored soil aren't really enough. I need to find some special soil. Then I went back to my room. Started absorbing the origin of the wild battle body. Soon my strength reached 2nd layer spirit bridge realm. And I still have 3 million spirit stones left. Quite the windfall for me. Overall, this trip to Hanzhou was totally worth it. Wanyue called out to me. Dinner's ready, on the table. The magic ox meat Wanyue prepared smelled fantastic. Besides magic ox meat, there were eggs from 8 treasure chicken, and some lean milk. After this meal, for Wanyue, Liu, and the lower rank cultivators, it was especially beneficial. Not only could it speed up their cultivation, it also boosted their physical bodies, and their cultivation talents and more. After dinner, I used snacks to train in a dream overnight. Time passed quickly. Today's intel, Part 1. An assassin from Shadow Kill Sect kidnapped his junior sister with the Starshine Jade body. He wants to violate her. Just because she comes of age. Breaking her body today, he'll get half her cultivation. Click here for the location. Today's intel, Part 2. Tomorrow, Wei Yuan Escort Agency will be ambushed while escorting the merchant caravan. 3 bandit gangs will join forces to rob them. Duanyan Stockade's chief, Shi Jinshan, will get 1 ton of spirit crystal sand. Click here for the location. Hearing these pieces of intel, I smiled slightly. That girl has the Starshine Jade body. That's a good thing for me. If I go now, I should make it in time. As for Lin Jing Shark, I'll deal with him tomorrow. I soon arrived at the system's marked spot. It was a rocky forest. Every kind of rock in all shapes, scattered all over without any order. Deep inside the rocky forest, a girl in black tight clothes was slumped by a huge rock. A trace of blood at her lips. Senior brother, I've always treated you like family. Why are you doing this? Across from her, a short guy, his face full of pockmarks, was closing in with a dirty grin. Shuangshua junior sister. If you see me as family, Then sacrificing a bit for me isn't a big deal. It's only half your cultivation. Lin Shuangshua weakly cried out. No, help me. The pockmarked senior showed his yellow teeth and spoke. Go ahead, the louder you cry, the more excited I get. Right as he was about to do something bad, a fierce gleam flashed in Lin Shuangshua's eyes. She spat a silver needle from her mouth. The pockmarked senior reacted very fast, but still got his earlobe pierced by the needle. Seeing her needle hit, Lin Shuangshua laughed out loud. Senior brother got hit by my needle. Within 3 days. You'll die with your whole body rotted. Turns out, Lin Shuangshua was faking weakness the whole time. She's an assassin. Her hands are stained with blood. There's no way she's weak. The pockmarked senior got furious. He slapped her, leaving her mouth full of blood. Damn, I didn't expect you to have this trick. Just as wicked as your old master. He reached out to tear Lin Shuangshua's clothes. Suddenly, a sharp sword light burst from my hand and stabbed toward the pockmarked senior's back. The pockmarked senior was shocked and angry. Barely dodged my ambush. Then struck at my chest in return. But I stood straight. Didn't dodge at all. With a bang, his palm landed on me. A metallic clang rang out. His fingers went numb. Like hitting forged iron. His whole arm hurt badly. He was utterly stunned. I slowly raised my eyes. That palm wasn't all that, was it? Before I finished speaking, my chest clothes ripped apart. Dragon scale marks glimmered on my skin. He quickly stepped back 3 times. Clearly didn't expect, even though he's 3 realms above me. His full force strike couldn't hurt me in the slightest. Next, the pockmarked senior was humiliated and furious. He cursed and rushed to kill me. I saw him grab a purple dagger. His figure morphed into a blood shadow and vanished. Golden light flashed in my eyes. Golden eyes activated. His movements seemed 10 times slower to me. Metallic clashes kept ringing. Brilliant sparks flew around me. The pockmarked senior fought harder and got more scared. I calmly commented, "You're pretty strong." He was completely enraged by my attitude. Bastard. You're 3 realms lower than me. But now you dare talk to me like this. Who do you think you're mocking? Watch how I'm going to end you today. I activated Fanxing True Demon Technique. My body shined golden. Buddha chant and demonic power blended. I slapped the pockmarked senior. He couldn't dodge. Had to take the blow head on. Instantly spat blood. His bones broke. He stared at me in terror. Just wait. I'll be back. This hit was way beyond his imagination. He was completely scared. Ran ahead quickly. But trying to escape in front of me is nothing but a fantasy. I sent him off right away. Then I muttered, Fanxing True Demon Technique. Only just started. Didn't expect it to be this powerful. No wonder it's a top-level skill. At that moment, Ling Shuangshua hit her shock. She put on a pitiful, sweet look. Thanks for saving me. Just as she finished speaking, he suddenly attacked. Trying to catch me off guard. Lin Shuangshua roared, yelling, "You bastard. Not a single one of you is decent." I just grinned. With my golden eyes, I saw through his tricks early on. I had already noticed his sneaky moves. So I broke Ling Shuangshua's limbs directly. To prevent future threats. Ling Shuangshua died with her eyes open. Normally, I'd be the hero saving the beauty. But I'd never risk myself just because my enemy looks good. I won't put myself in danger for a pretty face. After devouring the star-shining jade body, I reached the 3rd Godbridge stage. But what I didn't know was, by killing these 2, I'd be marked by the hidden kill sect's deadly curse. They can track me through that mark. While I was heading back to Goofing City, on a mountain miles away, an old woman with silver hair stared at a shattered soul token in her hand. A deadly glare appeared instantly. How dare you? You killed my disciple. I don't care who you are. You're dead for sure. She was Granny Shenyun, an elder of the Hidden Kill sect. A powerful Nirvana Realm master. Once Granny Shenyun finishes her business, she'll come for revenge. But I had no idea. I was already back at my yard cultivating. Today's intel, by the thief stole a bottle of Origin liquid. He wants to trade it for beast milk. Click for the location. Today's intel 2, under Heavenly Lake of Ihua Palace. There are mysterious runes with the Wuxiang secret technique. Click for the decryption method. I muttered, Origin liquid is just what I need. If he wants beast milk, I'll give it to him. As for the Wuxiang secret technique, that's Ihua Palace's ultimate skill. It can change the practitioner's figure and appearance. And even hide destiny. But Ihua Palace suffered a big disaster back then. So the Wuxiang secret technique was lost. Didn't expect it would be hidden in the Heavenly Lake. I made up my mind quickly. Judging by the time, those bandit gangs led by Duanyan Fortress should be ready to rob that merchant caravan. I'll get the spirit crystal sand first. I rushed to where the caravan robbery would happen. The bandits and robbers were already fighting the caravan. A big guy shouted. You've got some nerve. You're robbing a caravan guarded by Wei Yuan Escort Agency? Duanyan Fortress Chief, Shi Jinshan, sneered. Yeah, we're robbing you. Soon, with 3 major bandit gangs attacking, Wei Yuan Escort Agency started losing. They just couldn't win, and left in defeat. The 3 bandit gangs won. But it wasn't over yet. Hidden in the shadows, I thought they'd split the loot on the spot. But instead, Shi Jinshan just used poison, taking out members of the other 2 gangs. People from the other gangs cursed him out. You shameless bastard. You've got no honor. Shi Jinshan just laughed like crazy. A real man plays dirty. In a world ruled by strength, only by any means can you get stronger. In no time, he wiped out the other 2 gangs. Shi Jinshan was all smiles, getting ready to leave. But when he turned around, the mountain of loot was gone. He roared in rage. Where's my stuff? He only caught a glimpse of a figure disappearing in the distance.